to glow when I go. All the times I'm not around.
All right, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
It's your boy Jeff.
How's it going?
It's real.
There it is.
It's Cody.
We got Cody, Quan in the back, manning the cameras as he does, doing a great job. How you doing, Quan?
Chilling.
There it is. What's up, y'all? It's another outdoor podcast.
For some reason, I keep instinctively trying to look at that camera.
Trying to look at this one?
Yeah,
Oh, no, this
and
is
then I
not
realize
man.
it's like the
That's
Cody
your-
cam.
You got that one though. You look at that one.
Yeah.
That one's fine.
Yeah, you get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody, you
I
got
get
your
this one,
own
though.
camera. That's all you, boy.
It's
the
That's all
Cody
you.
cam.
What's up, y'all?
What are we drinking today? First off,
Today we have, I forget what it's called. Let me see. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. You ever
want
had
some?
this one, Real?
Oh, you already got one over there.
Oh,
no, I
yeah.
never had this.
No, okay, so this one's pretty
Family
good.
owned, operated, and
Okay.
argued over.
It is. It is.
All right.
Really.
Go
So what's the
ahead and
argument?
crack them open.
They make a lot of IPAs, but I don't like IPAs.
It reminds me of that. What's the name of that IPA with the Mexican guy on the
Oh,
front?
the El Guapo.
El Guapo.
Yeah, the
It's giving
O'Connor
me
stuff.
El Guapo
Yeah.
vibe. So
For that Virginia
let's find
local
out.
beer. Yeah, let's.
this is local.
This is not.
had
O'Connor.
IPAs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's
Pop
get
it open. Take one. Got yourself some water.
Crack that water open.
Respect. Respect. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Let's try this pale ale.
All right.
I got a drizzle on my chin. You saw that?
Dang, where's the...
I know. I'm
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
we don't
man.
have the soundboard
The
this time.
outdoors. Got to figure that one out. But
What do you think, though?
I love it. So I'll be honest. I've had this before. I like it a
Oh,
lot.
you've had it?
I haven't
do you
had a
think?
can though. I've always had it bottled. But I'm a big fan.
Tastes like
It's
a
not
beer
bad.
I've had before, but I
Yeah.
can't really
It
put
It
my
tastes
finger on
like
it.
Bud Light if they tried.
It doesn't taste anything
I've only
like
had
Bud
one
Light
other
to me.
IPA. I think it was...
Well, this
called-
ain't IPA. This is pale ale.
Oh, that's
Oh.
well. This tastes like something that I've had at actual like a brewery.
Yeah, it's got that slight spice. You know,
Yeah,
that
that's what it
slight
is.
sour, just
Yeah.
enough so you know you're alive, but not
You ever
enough
had
to
like
hate
a
yourself.
gooseneck?
Have not.
Gooseneck.
I think that's what it was called. But yeah, I had it on the plane. It was
Never had
absolutely
that.
terrible.
Interesting. Did you finish it?
Yeah.
So you're a masochist.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, heard. But yeah, no, I like it. This is like my go-to when I got bank, as I do right now. That unemployment just hit.
Tell them about it. Tell them.
Quan was already on that
It
wave.
just hit. Taekwon, you already know. You already know.
Stop flexing.
It ain't a flex. It's I got fired because of the coronavirus, and I now need to take money from the government. No shade. If you gotta do that, that's fine. Definitely
Yeah.
ain't a flex, but
Gotta do what you gotta do.
thank God I needed it.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people out of work.
Bro, I'm gonna need you to get
sure.
your energy up, man. You gotta bring that energy.
That's it.
And maybe after a few of these,
Do I
I'll
have
drink
to
a
get
few
the
of these.
potato? Is that what I have to do?
What's the potato?
After a few, the potato vodka.
Oh.
Is that what
okay.
it's gonna take, man?
I think that I don't even think there's a lot of that left.
There's enough for
enough for you?
a shot or two, man.
Enough. Maybe.
I will go right in.
But this
I will
this should
grab
do
it.
me right. This should do
All
me
right.
right.
I'm gonna check back in after one of those. We'll see how it's going.
What's
All
the
right,
percentage
let's do
on
that.
these?
But I don't know if he told you, but we're
it's
talking about
5.6.
TV shows today, like top TV shows. So we
Yep.
made like a list.
So me
Okay.
and Jerel made a list of our top 10 favorite TV shows. I got honorable mentions. You got honorable mentions?
I have one honorable mention.
Okay, that's
because I
enough.
got 11. Well, I was going for 10. We were going for like the top 10.
Yeah.
And I got 11. So.
Is
Yeah,
Bubble
that's good.
Guppies anywhere on your list?
Bubble Guppies? No.
Yeah.
Let's not
See,
get ahead of
now,
ourselves.
see-
I don't want to spoil.
See, I will say I tried to stick to like Netflix shows because I didn't know like it's been a long time since I've watched a
We
series.
gotta
That's
get
fine.
off the D
And-
ride. We gotta get off Netflix. It's nuts.
I
There's
know.
other places that we can
But
watch.
see,
things.
but the Netflix shows are fresh in my memory. So like, you know
That's
how if
fair.
you've watched a show like a long time ago, all the details are kind of like fizzled out. You don't remember
Yeah,
all
sure.
the
I get it.
specifics. Yeah.
I'm mostly stuck to modern stuff too. I've got a couple that are older, but that's strictly because like I know when I was a kid,
Friends.
that was my show. You know what I
Friends
mean?
is Friends on your
Friends.
list? Just tell me right now.
No, it's not on my list.
Okay. I
What
was
about
about
Big
to say.
Bang Theory?
Hey, calm down. We'll get to the
I think
list.
he's got it
we'll
on
get
there.
to the list.
I already know.
We'll get to the list. Take
Wait,
one.
I will say we already know his top
Let's not
TV
get
show
there.
though.
Let's not get there yet. For anybody that's new, let's have that discussion later because Cody's main job here today
Hold
is
up.
to judge us.
I gotta ask though, is
I
yours
can
in
definitely
order?
do that.
Because mine
For sure.
aren't any sort of order.
I
I
do.
couldn't really judge
I
them.
do have an order. If you don't have one, that's fine. Just kind of like if you got a couple that you like,
Okay.
you know what I mean.
All
Especially,
right.
I hope there's at least a 1 or at least close to a 1. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I'd say
Okay,
there's a one
cool,
on
cool.
there.
So
I
just
can
kind
judge it.
of do an order as you feel right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I have an order, but it's all good.
Okay. Well, since Cody doesn't have like a formal list, I guess we can kind of ask him.
That's true. What's your
what
favorite
is
TV show?
Just name a few, I guess, because
Yeah.
you probably can't name top
I really
10.
can't. And like off the top of the dome right now, I can't think of one.
All right, how about this? What was your favorite
Anime.
TV show as a
Anime.
child?
Anime.
Like a TV show for anime? I got an anime show on here, but y'all
I have
already
an
know what
anime
that
as
is.
well.
I only have
I'm
one
sorry,
anime.
but
It's like
I
the only
bet we
one
got
I've
the
seen.
same one.
I don't want to be like that person, to say this one, but it literally is my favorite anime in my heart, and that's Dragon Ball Z.
I knew it was coming.
That
I
makes
knew
sense.
it.
That makes
But
a
then
lot of
again,
sense.
that's like a favorite for a lot of people that watch
Sure.
anime.
Yeah.
Any
you
anime
know.
that was on Adult
mean-
Swim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I feel like we should mention, album just came out as far as when this comes out. As of filming this, it comes out tonight at midnight. But yeah, anybody watching this, it already came out, so
Yeah,
let
by
us
the
know
time
what you
y'all
think.
watch this,
Yeah.
if you're watching this, just let us know what you think.
If you don't like it, I could always just pull up on your grandma.
If you don't know, thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. If you don't know what it is, look up Jerel Vibe on all platforms.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
It's great.
It's going to be on SoundCloud too for y'all that
It will,
are
yep.
too broke for that subscription service.
Your
Hey.
grandmother's blood will be on my hands. If you don't
It ain't
like
about the money, man. It's about the clout. So give us some clout. Check it out. Let us know what you think.
SoundCloud has a lot of clout though. I will
sure.
say that.
It will.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of potential behind
If
SoundCloud.
only they get their bit rate up, we'd be all good.
Or you saying they
what does that mean?
stump down the quality?
So quality, right? So
Okay.
the standard CD quality, like when we upload to like iTunes stuff, 16 bits, right?
All right.
I don't think it really matters in this case, to be honest with you.
Well-
Like, as an average listener,
how about this? You
like I
ever
can say
heard-
as a listener, it really doesn't make it.
Have you ever heard the term 8-bit?
Yes.
Do you know where that comes from?
I mean,
Comes
like
from the
old,
video
old
games.
games.
Right, but do you know
whatever.
specifically what that means?
No, just
So in video game days, when they first started making video games, right, they didn't have a lot of memory on all the methods they had for storing video games.
Right.
So the graphics and everything took up the majority of that, right? That was priority. So the
Right.
music was last priority. So
That's
the
why they say
music
the 8-bit
was
music.
only given 8 bits of data to use.
that's why it sounds like that.
Okay.
You know, old Mario.
Right.
Bam, bam, bam.
So obviously,
Damn.
the way we use the information we have when we export media now is a lot more efficient. But SoundCloud runs at 8 bits now, the same amount of bits that those old video games used to use. Obviously, it doesn't sound like that, but
I was about to say it don't sound like that to me. I
So the
I
reason
still use SoundCloud.
we're
And
more
I have
efficient-
YouTube Red, Spotify, and I still use SoundCloud.
Today
for certain
we're-
I
things.
understand that like it hits you more on a personal
it does.
note.
I'm an audio guy. You know how it is.
To the
But,
average listener, it don't.
It,
give-
no, it
'Cause
doesn't. It
like
doesn't.
honestly, a lot of people might be listening on shitty headphones anyways,
Sure,
on like
that's
their
a big
phone,
point.
which
That's a big point.
already lowers the potential for the sound. It's
sure.
not like they're listening on these multi-million-dollar sound systems.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's true.
So-
That's fair. I'll be honest. Most of the times, I can't even tell a difference on most of the stuff I listen to. But it's mostly just the principle because 16 bits is not that much space
Yeah,
compared to 8
Now
bits.
it's not like you know, with Instagram, if you upload a really HD photo, how it distorts your quality. Like, you can't upload super high def things to Instagram.
Right.
Right.
That makes a difference. You can clearly tell on that level.
Well, it's because we're more sensitive with our eyes than we are with our ears. You know
right.
what I mean?
But I'm
Our
saying,
ears
like,
can
as
compress
a
lot.
listener, I don't really think it makes a difference, to be honest.
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think anybody will have
I'm
an
not
issue
even
as
mad
far as
because
like
it
listening
sounds
to our
bad, because
album.
it doesn't sound bad. I listen to SoundCloud and it sounds fine. I'm just mad at the point of like, why? You know what I mean? Why'd you have to go that low? Because they were at 16. They dropped it like 2 years ago. I don't know why.
Maybe it's because of their new interface. Have you
I
seen
mean,
that? Like, when you're listening, they got the like
That's
how
true.
the thing moves
Yep.
with it. Maybe they did
It's
that.
easier to
make it
do
look-
that with the least amount of bits because it's less
Right.
information to follow.
Maybe that's it.
But that being said, album will be available on SoundCloud for whoever uses SoundCloud. Be pretty much everything. Title. Definitely hit your boys up
Be
on
on
Title.
TikTok.
Get a lot more. Yeah, TikTok. TikTok's added now. That's lit.
For
so
all
go,
you,
if
what
anybody's
is it,
got a
Gen
dance,
X's,
I know, right? If
What's-
anybody's got
what is
a
it?
an uncommitted dance, Gen Z.
Gen Z. That's
Gen
why
Z.
I don't know why I said Gen X
Yeah.
was like the
The ones
badasses.
before us.
Yeah, that's
That was
right.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah, Gen X was like the
Yeah.
badasses.
That's like
I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't
it's
completely agree
weird.
to that.
We don't know that many Gen X's.
I feel like they were the harder people.
'Cause,
Gen
like-
X, like if I'm not mistaken, that's the people before us, right? Like
Well,
you
no,
said.
like my mom, right? Like my parents, right? They're millennials.
Okay, so I'm thinking of before that. I'm
Right,
thinking of
but
before
not
them. The
gra-
hard asses were like the old men that
but
didn't
not
give
like
a
here's the thing.
shit.
So like our grandparents, they're baby boomers,
Okay.
but our parents are millennials.
Ah, that's why they said that. Hey,
That's that
boomers. See, I'm getting my
in-between.
time periods mixed up.
It's hard,
but-
dude. It's hard
Yeah.
because like we're Gen Z technically.
Yeah.
And Gen Z
Technically.
is good in certain. We talked about this as far as like music. We were saying like certain generations have better music in some people's
Sure.
eyes than others, but
Everybody's gonna feel that way.
I
Just
guess if
whatever
you're
you used
talking
to.
like technology, Gen Z is cool because we got social media and like it's easy to blow
Sure.
up as far as rap or whatever else you do. But like,
Which isn't too understandable for like millennials and whatnot. Like they don't even get the whole hype behind it.
Right. Yeah.
But,
No, they
I
can't
mean, it
get
makes sense
behind
to
it.
us. So
But everything's
all
too
depends,
connected,
man.
man.
Is
Way
it too
too
connected,
connected.
or is that a good thing, man?
It's not always.
You
a
talking
good
about
thing.
it's not always a good thing, but it's also
It's mental.
Could be
It's
great thing.
what do they call it? Elon Musk was just talking about it on Joe Rogan.
Joe-
It's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
mental virus. So
That's
when
fair.
things start to get completely automated, like with his Neuralink, for
Mm-hmm.
people to be able to communicate with these brain chips a few generations down, maybe 2 generations, maybe even sooner than that, it's going to be even more. So, people go with trends. So
Yeah.
imagine if it's like everybody's connected, like brains are connected.
I wouldn't do that.
That would
I
be
just honestly
viral.
couldn't, like,
That's a decision.
I'm
though.
so afraid to like,
That's
be
a
turned
decision,
into
though.
a slave.
Well, it's not going to happen to us. We're probably going to be dead by the time this
That's
happens.
fair. But
Yeah.
also, like, you're responsible for your decisions, man. You know what I mean? If you let social media or whatever get to you that much and let you influence
It's not in
what
your
it should do-
conscious. It's all subconscious.
Well, sure, but like, I don't know. I think it stems to how much you were. What's the word?
And it affects everything. Even if you don't try to be the so-called slave of this generation, you could be influenced by the culture, because like everything that happens on social media influences culture. Like everything's automated now, mobile banking, everything like that.
Sure.
So if you don't have a phone, it's nearly impossible to even navigate in today's time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
no,
forced to
that's
adapt
true.
to some extent.
Which I think is a good thing. Typically, there's bads to everything,
Sometimes.
obviously. But like,
Sometimes.
I think the good outweighs the bad. Like
Depends.
the things that are good are way more good than the bad is bad. Typically.
Yeah.
Now
But
I'm sure
all
we
these
could,
trends
we
that are
could cite
coming
a bunch of
around,
specific
remember the
things.
knockout trend? People were running up, like you said, pulling up on somebody's grandma, just knocking somebody's grandma
I mean,
out.
TikTok's a great example, right? That's something that came kind of out of left field that even we're not really that familiar with. Like we
That's
have to
cringe,
familiarize
man.
with. It can be, but there's
I don't
funny
even
stuff.
use
You know
about
what I
it.
kind of
TikTok.
miss?
What?
That whole thing, like where it would make you like pass out, like where you did something and they would like push on your chest.
That's a knockout game.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You said
No,
you-
I think it was called something. It was
It's not.
something
No, the
different,
knockout
but-
game is when you went up to a random person and just straight up knocked them out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
no. So we used to do the thing where you would hold your breath, then
Yeah.
count to 10, and then somebody push on your chest, and then you pass out, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
They
when
coming
was
for you.
that?
You never heard about that?
Never
You
did
haven't
that.
seen
Hold
it?
up.
Hold up, they coming. They coming for you.
You know,
I'd never heard of
I
that.
honestly, I always get a little nervous when I hear planes coming over like that because like the next sound that I'm listening for is the.
You know, and I was thinking about that. I'll always joke with him and say we're gonna see some Red Dawn shit one of these
Dude,
days. You're just gonna see helicopters or coming around and then people jumping out.
I have a pathological fear of airplanes for that. Like every time I hear one, I will
But you're
come
also
outside.
scared of the dark.
That's true. I'm scared of a lot of things.
Scared of the dark.
I'm so scared of the dark, dude. You don't even know. Dude, I cannot sleep in the dark. It's not physically possible.
So you sleep with the lights on?
I sleep with my TV on blast.
Oh my god.
Not on blast, but on for sure. 100%.
Wow,
It's
man,
mostly for the light, but then also I always watch a podcast like at the Trailer Talks whenever I go to sleep because it's that herd mentality of you hear people talking and they're not worried about demons and all the stuff I'm worried about. So I
that's what
shouldn't
it is?
either.
Like you're worried about like things that you just
Like not
basically can't
really,
see,
obviously. Like
or-
I don't think a demon's gonna like come kill me, but like
you know, it's
my
never-
subconscious
it's never,
is freaking out.
like 0% chance.
Exactly. You never don't know. You ever been
makes
like
sense.
in dead asleep and then like you hear a you ever hear that?
No.
I don't know if
never.
I'm the one with the problem, but
I was about to say because literally dark is the same as light basically. The way
You can see in
to
one and
refer
you-
to Elon Musk again.
Oh my
darkness is just the absence of photons.
sure, which is allows you to see the threat that's going to come kill you.
What threat's gonna be in your room at night?
Obviously none, but my subconscious doesn't understand that. I realize I'm crazy. But here's the thing: my subconscious is what gets me to sleep.
Now, if
Yeah.
you stay by yourself, I can understand because
That's
like,
true. That's
people
true.
be
Yeah.
creeping in your
I'll be
house.
honest, if like
Plus, y'all got security cameras all around this place.
yeah, but I'm not worried about robbers. I'm not worried about real life threats. I'm worried about ghosts and stuff.
Well,
You know what I mean?
it's true.
It's okay. You can laugh. I understand. I accept
Cody's
it.
like-
It's fine.
Cody's like ghost.
Cause like I got a gun, man. I ain't worried about a dude. You know what I mean? I'll shoot a dude. You can't
you
shoot
can't
a
shoot a
ghost.
ghost.
You can't
Okay.
shoot a ghost. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
There you go. Thank you. I wish we had a womp 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 for that, man. That was perfect time.
Nah, I guess I don't know. I sleep with everything off.
I mean,
I can't
I
sleep
usually
with
do,
nothing
too.
on. You usually do. So on
I mean,
a
because
regular,
most
what
of
do
the
you
time,
sleep?
I leave the TV on because I just pass out.
That's fair.
Well, that's
But
right.
like,
Yeah.
if I know I'm about to go to sleep, then I turn everything off.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to
And then get
like a
butt naked.
little kid. I used back in like tape days, like a VHS tape. You know what I mean? What?
What?
I caught when they
Continue.
said
All right.
We'll see it in post.
VHS tapes, right? So I used to always watch a VHS tape before, like, while I was going to bed. And so I knew, because it was all stuff I'd seen before, obviously, because we owned the VHS tapes. So I knew I had a certain amount of time to go to sleep before two things were going to happen. One, that weird click thing would happen that was really loud, and then a would happen, because it does that weird freak out when the tape's over. If you don't take
Yeah.
it out or rewind it, it starts freaking out.
Yeah.
And then after that, it'd be dark, right? So like I remember watching like Snow White was one. I was really, really young.
Good palate cleanser.
It is. It's very lighthearted, nothing to be scared of. So I'd be watching that, and I know like when she like wakes up or whatever, you know, there's some scene that I know like, oh, this movie's about to end. I gotta get to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you on
and then
that.
sometimes like I'd watch it and I'd stay up that time, and then it hit, and I'd be like, because I didn't know how to work a VHS player at the time.
I can't sleep with nothing on. It keeps me up.
I feel
Like
you.
just even the slightest light. If it's like a little green light on maybe like a stove or something like that. If I was sleeping in the living
It
room,
takes
my own
focus,
apartment.
like,
yeah,
you
it's
start
like
focusing
yeah,
on it a
because
little
in the
bit.
darkness that green stands out. So it's like, damn, this one light needs to go off.
Yeah.
You know, or that sound from the TV is just on in the background.
We good over there?
I'm just gotta. I gotta rotate towards you.
Oh, watch it. Watch.
I'm giving myself some real audio issues for later.
But I have to sleep with a fan on. I can sleep without it if I really wanted to, but like if I had to choose, fan all the way.
Yeah.
Well,
need
I
a
think
fan
everybody
blowing.
knows that, especially ambient noise. It's just good
Yeah.
for sleep. Like if
Well, it's
I
not even
wasn't
the
so
noise. I like that
scared-
breeze
That's
on my
true
face.
too.
you
Just
know what
cold,
I'm saying?
right?
Like,
I might be crazy, but like I went through a phase where I like had to have creepypasta playing in the background to fall asleep. Like, you know, like those videos.
I know what
of
creepypasta
where it's
is.
just straight audio. He's
Yep.
just telling you the story.
So you're a sociopath. That's what I'm hearing.
no.
It's like you'd be going to sleep thinking about Slenderman and being like, oh yeah, oh this is great.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't think sociopath would be the right word for that.
There's a whole lot of words
I
I
wouldn't
could
say
say.
sociopath, of course, because like
I mean, maybe
obviously I'm
psychopath.
not.
If you just want to go straight to that one. I was trying to give you some credit.
I would rather be a psychopath rather than a sociopath.
Really?
Sociopaths are scarier.
Yeah, because like a sociopath,
I guess.
You don't know that
at
they're.
any moment
That's
they
fair.
would just probably like jump up and just start stomping you down for no reason.
But that's not scary to you.
Well, no, sociopaths typically the scary thing about them is that you don't know that they're crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're aware of what's right and wrong, and they could
just don't
use
care.
that to manipulate you. Like they know that something's wrong, but they don't feel remorse
right.
for
That's
it.
why I'd rather be a sociopath, because to you that's not scary. You're fine. If anything, you
From
think
an
you're
external
smart.
standpoint, I would rather associate with a psychopath.
Well, no, we're talking about what would you rather be? Because if you're a psychopath, you're probably not going to live any kind of good life, because you're probably going to get caught.
You can
'cause
also be a
murdered 12
psychopath and not
girls.
know either, though.
Well, obviously you don't know
Maybe.
either way. I think. I guess some people do know they're a sociopath. That makes sense.
It's just I've dealt with a few sociopaths.
Ted Bundy
so I
was a
wouldn't want to.
sociopath, right?
Well, he was also a psychopath,
He was both.
for sure.
Well, no, because if he for the young women that he was killing, right? Because you know he used to target young women. He actually worked at a suicide prevention center for young women before he started killing. So he understood how to get that when they're vulnerable, and he
Yeah.
would use that to his advantage. Tell me that's not crazy. Like,
And then
I
they
would
got Zac
I would probably say he
Efron
was a
to play him in the
sociopath
movie.
on that
did you
point.
watch that?
I did not.
Well,
no.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he was a socio.
That's my point. I
But
don't
like,
think
don't
he
you
was
have to be a
psycho.
psychopath to kill somebody for fun? Isn't that like an automatic psychopath? I don't know.
But then
we are
that
not
brings me back.
doctors.
Like, I think he was both. He was honestly both.
Right, that sounds right
Like
to me.
for the killing part
sure.
of it, made him a psychopath.
Because like if you're a psychopath and you're not a sociopath, you're probably bad at being a psychopath. Like
Yeah.
the Texas Chainsaw guy, how he would just kind of run around with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
He's not a sociopath. He's just a
Well, he
psychopath.
was also, for lack of better terms,
mentally
retarded.
unstable. Oh,
Wait, what's that?
Retarded. He
mentally
was born out
unstable.
of incest.
Yeah.
So like, he came out that way. That's
Extreme
why he was not right
example,
in the head.
hyperbole, but still, you know what I mean. You get the idea. You're a much better psychopath if you're also a sociopath.
Wasn't Jason Voorhees? He was kind of messed up too
Yeah,
because
he
of that.
he had a
He
mental
was
issue.
His mom was raped in prison, right?
That'll do
No,
it.
no,
Or
that
not
was
in
Freddie.
prison. He was locked up. Well, yeah, it was Freddie.
That was Freddie.
Okay, Freddie's mom was locked up, and then she was raped by a bunch
About
of
like
men.
100 psychopaths.
Yeah,
Talking about Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
That's how he came about.
Now that talking about like why
He was like born out of evil.
that's
is
like
what
half the
story is.
reason of why
Yeah.
I can't sleep. Freddy Krueger, dude.
Really?
Freddy
'Cause I'm-
Krueger was never scary.
Well, here's the deal.
I don't think he was
Here's the deal for
scary.
me. I didn't see Freddy Krueger until I was an adult. And then by that point, I was able to. It looks cheesy, right? Obviously. So I'm like, this is stupid.
Except Wes Craven. The Wes Craven's New Nightmare, that installment.
Okay,
where
fair.
they
I haven't
fair
seen
point.
that one
No,
yet.
I know what you're
Oh,
talking
you
about.
haven't? Oh, well,
But like,
they
think about
changed his
the
look a little bit. He
the
got a
OG
little
Freddy
buffer.
Krueger's, man. That was like the original, like
Funny.
cheesiest
It was
CJ. It
like
was funny.
funny.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
funny.
But you got to think about that's in our time.
No,
like,
you're 100% right.
Before
But
us,
my
that was
point
scary.
is-
Like if you go back and watch The Exorcist, it probably is not scary now.
And that's what I'm saying.
But back
I
then,
never watched
people
it.
were walking out of the theater because
I
it was
didn't
so
actually
scary.
watch it
Quan
when I
looks
was
like
a
he's
kid.
about to fall asleep.
I'm chilling, nigga. Damn.
He's enthralled by our conversation.
Oh no, I know what the true reason is, but I can't say it on camera.
That's not it.
Your ulcer instinct.
Look at his
acting up.
eyes.
Fuck out of here.
He's running out of iron.
Oh, he's high. Got it.
I think we can say that. I think we can take one.
I'm watching out
High
for the
off life.
professionality.
Yes.
It's
High
all
off
good.
life.
He's crew, man. You know how crew does. He's not
Yeah.
union.
True.
I'm Union.
You are union, actually. But no, so hold up. That is important. So Freddy Krueger, the movies, obviously they were old, so they weren't executed that well, obviously, at least by our standards today.
Right.
But the idea of Freddy Krueger is one of the best, scariest ideas ever written.
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid learning about scary stuff, I always heard the story of Freddy Krueger secondhand without ever watching it, and that concept was so scary.
Yeah, so
Like,
like,
ways-
you picture
if I
something
would've
in your
watched
head
the
that
movie-
wasn't him, but like had the idea of
If
him.
I would have watched the movie, I'd be less scared of him.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why literally, like,
guess.
I'll be, especially if I'm not like drinking, because drinking helps you sleep, obviously, or like I get melatonin sometimes because I get bad insomnia. But like, if I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll feel myself going to sleep, and then you know, that moment where like you jump up and you're like, like I was sleeping, but you scare yourself for some reason.
Yeah.
I get so freaked out, dude. That like ruins my night.
You know what was scarier than Freddy?
What?
You remember that episode of SpongeBob when he was going into people's dreams? He went into Squidward's dream.
Oh my god! I
In
literally
the actual fuck.
He
I
went into
haven't
Gary's
seen that
dream.
one.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that one in so long, bro. Like I just remember that one existed.
Yeah, that's funny. Same concept.
Patrick's dream, and all he was doing was riding a fucking.
Pony.
Yep.
It's just like the
You
little
remember
pony
it then, so
machine
you did
thing.
see it at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I feel like I don't know if you did. SpongeBob's not on my list. It should have been though.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about childhood shows. I'm thinking about shows that I've seen in recent times
Even
that
still,
were really good.
have you watched SpongeBob recently? It
All
holds
right,
up.
let's go ahead and get into that since
All
we're
right.
back on shows again.
All right.
Let's go.
So let's kind of go by, if we can, kind of stray away from the big ones. You know what I mean? So I have an order, so I'm going to start at 10.
I was about to say I don't really have
If
an
you
order,
don't,
so
just,
I was
if
just
you
gonna
have
read 'em
some that
off.
are like really big, save those for later. But it doesn't matter either way.
Excuse me.
Thank you, sir. Yep, absolutely. And then Cody, your main job is to either judge or praise our decisions.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start because I have an actual order. And my number 10 is a recent one, a Netflix. I don't know if it was a
Original?
Netflix original, but it's definitely most people watch it on Netflix, if not all.
Okay. I'll tell you.
BoJack Horseman is my number
Netflix
10.
original.
Is that original?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I
They
watched it
came
on
up with
Netflix. Yeah. But yeah, great show, fantastic. You watched some of it, right?
Well, I watched like the first season or two.
Did you ever see it?
This was actually like back in high school because like, it started a while ago. Like, it's been out for
it
a
did.
little while.
It is. It ended recently.
But like at the time, I wasn't too interested in that kind of like show.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know now, if I were to watch it, then I would probably like it.
Daquan, did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I had nothing else better to do, so I watched it.
So I guess he didn't like it.
I mean, it had its moments, but
The-
other than
so-
that, it was just something.
That's what I'm saying. It was. I liked it for the first like season, and then I was like, bro, this is not that good of a
I'm
show.
up in, like the season 4, and I stopped watching.
So number one, obviously, even you said this. Aaron Paul as Todd, phenomenal. We all love that, I think.
Todd's character's cool. I like Todd's
great.
character. It's BoJack that I have an issue with.
I understand that, but here's
Just
the deal.
consistent, like just watching
He's
BoJack.
just like Archer.
So
Who?
You haven't
Archer.
seen the show Archer?
Danger Zone.
Haven't seen that.
Oh my god.
you need to watch that. That's on my honorable mentions. Archer is.
Oh, is it really?
It's
it is?
fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's fantastic.
So apparently y'all are all
You're
on the same
getting-
page for
You're
that.
getting praise
They're
in
both
advance
the
for that
same.
one.
Thank you. But hold
Praise
on. So
him in
one thing
advance.
I want to
Yeah.
mention about BoJack Horseman, right?
Franklin.
The struggle.
No,
you.
wrong one.
Huh?
That was Marvin Sapp.
Those Marvin's up.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's funny.
that wasn't Kirk Franklin.
That's funny. But your main issue with BoJack was that there was no growth, right? He never changed. He was the same crappy person.
It's just the
that you did
show
with.
in general too.
That's- but here's the deal.
The show
That's
was
real.
stupid.
It's real.
I agree because I fell off of BoJack for like a year. I stopped watching it, and then I just ran out of shows to watch and came back. The last season is so good. It makes up for every problem I had with the show.
Okay, I can understand that.
Like a lot of shows, you'll say like the ending is great or the first season is great. This show is so good in the end.
Really?
For the one above all, the one episode that's the second to last episode. Like I don't know if I should like spoil it because like I hope y'all will watch it.
Hold
but
it.
it's so good.
Are you
I
planning
plan
on
on
watching
watching
it?
it.
Okay, good. You should. You really should. If not, especially if you don't care about the
You
show,
can spoil it for me.
then go and watch the second to last episode.
All right, well,
just watch that.
You go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you want to plug that? All right, spoiler alert for the second to last episode.
Todd dies.
No, Todd never dies. But BoJack Horseman basically overdoses and stuff. But the way they reenact him dying in his head, like the
So he dies.
now we're spoiling the very end, but no, he doesn't die. He ends up getting saved at the last minute.
Okay.
But you think so in the second to last episode. It leaves it as if he
Okay.
does. But the way they reenact that is so genius. Like
Okay.
he's at this. That's all it gets to. It's just the way they do it is so good. And if you don't care about the show,
I'll
just
watch the
watch
second
that.
and last
You're
episode.
good. We're done.
See how that is.
Like literally, if you don't care about
I'm
watching
sure
the
you
show,
just heard it
watch that.
anyways.
I didn't hear it. For some reason, I was thinking about the fucking one episode of Ed and Eddie, where for some odd reason Rolf was like in a spelling bee, and he was just standing on stage.
Also should have been on my
breathing
list.
I was just about to say that should have been on the
That
list.
should have been on the
If we were
list.
talking about cartoons or like kids shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
hard, man, especially with the old
That's
stuff.
that's a
You know
good
what I
one.
mean? It's
Yeah.
hard.
That's why I didn't dig into the old shit. I dug into
I get that.
my recent bag.
I limited it to only the ones that like.
Yeah, but you can't rank the old shows because they're all the old shows are just about
I mean, it's
good.
all you could make this list.
If I had to
times
pick,
and it could
yeah,
be
that's what I'm
different.
saying.
You
If
know
I
what
was
I
to
mean?
pick 10 out of my childhood, it'd be too hard.
But it's still
There's
fun.
no-
It's fun
whereas
to think about.
recently,
I
like
definitely could.
Netflix shows, I couldn't do it, or I could do it.
Okay. But yeah,
There's too
BoJack
many good
Horseman.
shows. How can you make a top 10 out of all your childhood shows?
No, I
could.
agree. This list. If I made this
You ain't
list,
watch enough.
I did.
You
I watched
didn't.
them all.
You
If I were to
couldn't
make
have
this
watched
list in
enough,
a
'cause
week,
there's, like,
it might be different.
Every
100%.
cartoon of that time was just good.
I can tell you one right now. Number one for sure is Angry Beavers.
Okay. What's your
Like-
number 2?
Number two, Ed and Eddie.
Okay.
Get that.
Continue.
Number three, SpongeBob. I mean, well, those are like top three.
Are you just rating
So you're,
cartoons right now?
so you're gonna
Yeah.
leave out Cat Dog. You're gonna leave out
Yeah,
Doug.
but I didn't like Cat Dog.
You're
But
gonna
I
leave
can
out-
objectively
Doug.
say that
I don't
Cat
like Doug at
Dog
all.
was nowhere near as good as SpongeBob or Ed and
It was
Eddie.
a great show.
Not near as good though.
It was a great show.
Even,
It was a
uh,
great
What about
theme
Hey
song.
Arnold?
What was
I liked
Hey Arnold was kind of
Doug,
trash.
did you
I
like
didn't
Doug?
No.
I didn't like Doug either.
Doug wasn't one.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I see where y'all's mind was at when
Number
y'all
four
were
was
younger.
a skit from back when Nicktoons had, like that Kablam thing.
Kablam.
Yeah. And it was Prometheus and Bob.
Why do I feel like I've seen that one?
It was the alien and the caveman. It was claymation.
Where
Okay,
does,
if I saw it, I probably know it.
You would definitely remember.
Where's Animaniacs on your list?
That's up there.
Up there?
What about
that's up
Mr. Meaty?
there. It wasn't one of my favorites, but like I watched it sometimes. And it was just
I
like,
thought
what
it was
the
good
fuck?
for because it wasn't one of the
I didn't like
childhood
Rocket
shows,
Power.
but it
Alright.
was there.
I like the
Jarrell,
game.
we
The
could
game
do
was
this all
dope.
day, but Jarrell, give me one of yours now. Let's hear
One
one
of
of Jarrell's lists.
Just go through yours.
No, we
That-
should go back and forth. It's way
No,
funner
because
that
it
way.
keeps the chronological flow. If
Well,
you
I'll
go,
say it every time. Be
just
like,
do
this is
yours
my number
first.
9. Nah, man, it's
I'm not
way
doing
more
mine
fun.
till you do yours.
I literally ripped this whole
Mine are a
concept
whole different-
from Ear Biscuits.
Yeah, just
it's
finish
way
your
more
list.
funny if we go back and forth.
No, it's not because my shows are completely different than your shows. I can tell you right now.
All right, well, we can take that. I mean, that's
It keeps the
fine.
flow. Just keep your flow going.
All right,
Alright.
but I'm gonna
Because
say
it's better. You already named one. You might as well just finish it
All right,
off.
fine,
And
but-
so I get the chronological flow and I understand what's better in your eyes.
I don't agree, but I will. What's the word?
What?
Huh?
You talking about him?
No, I don't know why I was singing Pop Smoke just then.
Oh my god.
I will concede, but I'm saving my number 1 to the end.
Why can't you just go through them, man?
We'll see.
Why-
Can we
just
see
go
what happens?
through
We
the
just see what
list.
happens. All right.
You can't break this man. You gotta
I'm
keep
not
going.
gonna
know,
read
I know I
it.
can't.
I'd
I'ma
rather
give
just
up.
read
I
mine because
gave
I got
up.
some good ass shows here.
I do too. That's
All
why
right,
I think it's
no.
better to
Yeah,
go back.
you
and
gonna-
whatever.
you gonna
I'll
hear
finish
it.
my list. All right. Number 9.
Okay.
I think it's already on your list too. Death Note, the only anime on my list.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
I got Death Note on mine.
I never watched the entire thing, but like,
It's great. It's awesome. Like
See, now how fucked up would it have been if you just read yours and said Death Note, and then like it's like number 9 because mine's not in order. It's number 9, and then at the end of mine I go Death Note, and then you had already read it. That
Well,
would have
no,
fucked the whole flow
What would
up.
happen is
It would've been
if
okay,
one
yeah.
says it, the other person goes, "Oh, that's my number blank," or blah blah blah, and then you skip that one later.
We weren't
You know what I
prepared
mean?
for
Well, we're on the same
all right,
page
there's
as
too
far
much
as that
banter
one.
on this topic. We gotta keep moving.
All right,
Death
you're right.
Note
We got a
was
lot
a
of
great
things.
show.
Death Note was fantastic because like I'd never seen an anime before. I didn't even watch Dragon Ball Z. I never watched that stuff.
I didn't watch Dragon
Like,
Ball Z either.
I never
How could you
watched
say
the.
that?
I saw like an episode of Samurai Jack, but like that was my
Samurai
only anime.
Jack was
anime.
bomb, bro. It's considered anime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Absolutely.
not.
It's a
It's
Japanese
definitely considered
influenced
anime.
It is
animated
not
television
anime.
show.
It never originated from Japan in
It doesn't
any
have
sense.
to.
It doesn't
You can
have to
an
originate
American
from
anime.
No,
Japan for it
I
to
know
be
it doesn't
anime.
have to because like now Netflix is making.
You're saying it's not a
original
true
setup.
anime.
It's not a true.
That's
anime.
fine. I'll give you that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Because
It
if you
didn't come
think
from
about
manga,
it,
right, I
Powerpuff
assume.
Girls
Right,
has
right.
anime
That's fine.
elements in it.
Sure.
The way like Powerpuff
Take
Girls
one.
is set up, it's completely influenced by anime. The way that they freeze
Influenced
frame,
by
what-
100%. A lot of
that's
the
what I'm
graphics
saying.
are really
when
heavily
he's when he's
influenced by
dipping
anime.
the chemical X in there, it's like a freeze frame, and it's just showing the one flow. It's just like anime.
There was a lot of
The
like
reason why anime's done the way it's done is
the
because it
fight
was
scenes were all cut the same way with the black bars and the
yeah, it shows like a dude in a position, and yeah,
It's called anime
completely
influence.
influenced
We're not
by
calling
it.
Powerpuff Girls an anime, but the writers of that show were
It
influenced
doesn't
by
feel
anime.
influence to be.
In fact, actually, that so
Hey,
a lot
but,
of the
What
quick
about the
flex
new
really
Teen
quick?
Titans?
Quick flex.
Well, not the new, but the old Teen Titans,
Yeah.
rather.
old
Look
Teen
at that.
Titans was 100% anime influence
that?
and one of the greatest shows ever.
I'm asking him because
Look at
he.
this.
I know
Look at
you would agree because you agree with me on the
It's
Powerpuff
Goku
Girl
Black.
thing. I see.
I don't
feel
know.
for
I
it,
don't
bro.
know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
You don't know who it is?
No, I only know who
We're
it is
not
because I
anime
played
boys,
Dragon
bro.
Ball
We're not
Fighters
anime
with y'all.
boys. We're not
didn't
weeboos
watch
or
it.
whatever y'all call yourselves.
I'm not.
You know what I mean? It was just a great show, and
I
it
love
gave
the way
you,
they set it up.
It was great, and it gave you those little bit of anime things that were like, oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of appreciate this culture now because I'm watching the show that's palatable.
$5 say he's watching in dub. $5 say he watching in
Do you watch sub or dub anime?
I watched Death Note in dub. I mean dub.
Hold on, before
excuse
you
me.
answer that question, take one. You watched it in dub too, so don't even fuck with me. Nah, you watched
No,
it
I did go back and watch it.
afterwards.
You watched both? Why?
Afterwards.
She's so cute.
That
He
being
watched
said,
it in dub first, bro. Don't let him fool you.
I watched Your Lie in April.
He's
in
trying to
sub
hop. He's only
completely.
hopping on that wave because he knows Alexi's a true anime fan, and he basically knows the right things to say to make him seem like he's on that side of the fence.
Don't worry, Omayo Womo.
You didn't watch any anime before Lexi. You didn't watch a single
Take one.
anime.
I'm sorry to say,
I
but
actually
take
worked
one.
on watching
Take
it.
one.
Bullshit.
Take
Come
one.
on, bro.
It was on
Give me the
Tsunami.
cap. Give me. Come on, bro. Please hand it
I
to
can't
me,
give you
bro.
the cap this time.
God, hold on.
I was doing it.
Are you going to get a cap right now? All right. While he does that,
All right, hold on.
Grab
Pause.
the
Pause.
potato while you're in there.
Pause. Everybody, just pause for a second.
yes. Well, wait. I hope you're enjoying this episode. I worked very hard on my list. There's been, you know.
Oh, you don't have to say
the
anything, Jeffrey.
process.
Just hold on 1 second.
Pause.
I'm just saying, man. Just want to trying to keep people entertained.
Oh, this is very entertaining.
It is pretty entertaining. Take one's literally about to be capped.
Yeah, you're getting capped. Bro.
You getting capped, dude?
He thinks I'm lying, but that was on Adult Swim and Tsunami.
Are you getting capped?
Who has not seen that?
Answer the
on-
question. Are you getting capped?
Hell no.
You're getting capped.
He ain't gonna hit me with it because he gonna miss.
That's you still got capped.
No.
The
I can't find the damn cap.
that's
Exactly.
funny, dude.
Exactly.
You're lucky I can't find
Mm.
the cap. I just had a black cap sitting around somewhere, and now
Damn.
it's gone. You're lucky. You are so lucky because
Mm.
he didn't watch a damn anime before
No, 'cause I
Lexi.
was watching Dragon Ball Z.
All right, that's
cap.
enough of off.
Okay,
mic
but those are
Taekwon.
like the two basic. I'm talking about you didn't watch any of that other shit. You didn't watch no sub or dub, whatever the fuck you call it. That the
I
Japanese
would say
version
that
of it.
Dragon
You
Ball
were
is
watching the
only
English
acceptable
straight up.
anime where you can watch it in dub.
In
That
dub?
and Naruto.
And you
What
didn't
about
watch.
Attack
You didn't
on
watch
Titan?
Dragon Ball Z in Japanese.
No.
Is that available in dub?
That was the only thing
It's
that
That's my
available in
point.
dub,
Is it-
but
came
watching
on
it,
and I
yeah.
started getting into it.
But to answer your question, Cody, I've watched a couple animes since then. I'm definitely not an anime guy, but I've seen a few, and I've watched many in subs since watching Death Note. That was my entry. Okay.
Here's the
Alright.
true test. If you're corny though, did you watch the Netflix remake of Death Note?
I watched it and I hated every
Did
second
you
of
like
it.
Everybody
it?
I
had
hated
to
every
watch
second of
it
it.
just
But
to
did
give
you
it a
like
chance.
it?
No.
That's
Because
garbage.
why
They
for
changed the
one-
name.
Why for one was he afraid of Ryuk in the first scene? Mm-hmm. In the manga, he was not afraid.
That's true.
But they made him completely freak
Yeah.
out and look like a bitch, like he screamed and
Like-
everything. Like,
And then
You
they
ever
made
heard-
L black, which is okay, but it's the
Yeah.
weird. I don't know, the way they played him off was nowhere
Ironically,
near like it.
aside from that one thing,
And then they changed the names to English names.
I was about to say, have
They
you ever
whitewashed
you've
the
heard of the
whole
term
thing.
white? Yeah, I was about to say,
Whitewash.
even though they made L black, that was them like literally trying to be like, we're gonna whitewash everything and then throw them a bone real quick. You know what I mean?
Throw the black guy in there to try to
Yeah.
make it
Want
okay.
to throw a little black bone, see if it makes up for all the all that stuff. But yeah, no, it was
They
trash.
picked the right guy. If you really
Also,
wanted to go for a weird
If
guy,
you want
they
to talk
picked the
about
right dude.
languages, me and Rel both watch all the Narcos subbed. Right? You watched Narcos. You were the one we were talking about, right?
Narcos was already in English.
No, it was in Spanish.
No, it wasn't.
I watched it in Spanish.
It wasn't in Spanish.
Narcos-
There was some English.
No,
but it was
Narcos
mostly
was made in English.
Well, like the American guys talked in English, but like there was a whole bunch of Spanish in that show. Same with
Yes.
Money Heist.
Yeah.
It was like 95% Spanish.
No, Narcos was not 95% Spanish.
Okay,
it was
maybe-
majority English, and there were some scenes
No,
where they
it
went
was
to Colombia.
majority.
Nigga, I watched
on,
Narcos
hold on,
twice. I watched Narcos twice. Ask Taquan. I know all about Narcos. We can get into it.
All right.
It's on my list. Matter of fact, if we're gonna talk about it,
I will double check that.
they went to Colombia, and there were scenes where they talked in Spanish, and that's about it.
Okay,
I have
maybe
no
I'm mistaken.
idea,
It's been a
so-
while. I thought it was a lot more Spanish.
And when it is, they dubbed it anyways.
Okay,
You don't have
no,
to turn on the
so,
captions.
When I watched it, it was subbed completely.
Yeah, so
I think you
you're
just
saying.
turned on the
Subbed,
cap.
not dubbed. What?
Okay, what's the difference between the two here? I'm
So
getting confused.
okay, so when they sub, they put subtitles. When they dub, they overdub it in your language.
Oh, see, no. See, I didn't see them change it.
Oh,
There is
okay.
Spanish, but I thought you were trying to say that
Right.
there was no subtitles on the original.
No. I'm saying it
Okay,
was no.
yeah,
So
no.
sub means there's subtitles, but I just thought there was a lot more Spanish.
Okay,
Maybe I'm
no.
mistaken.
No, there
I thought
was
it was
Spanish.
a lot of
I was about
Spanish.
to say, but there was definitely subtitles already there.
No, of course there was. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. That's what
This whole
subbed
dub and
means.
sub thing is fucking me up.
Well,
but
you
no,
gotta-
what version did you watch to get the dudes talking in English?
No, I never did. That's why when you said it, I was like, "What?" I didn't know that
Oh,
was
no.
available.
No,
That was
I didn't think so either.
I didn't think so either.
I
Okay,
was
cool.
about to
So we
say-
could
Cool,
just
cool.
agree to like just say, "Oh, I didn't know that,"
I think we all just had
or
a
just made it
miscommunication.
so like, "Oh no, it was this way."
Well, yeah, because the way I'm thinking about it is in certain ones, they'll put the subtitles there. And then other shows, if they expect you to already understand it, they won't put the
Oh,
subtitles.
so you like when?
So I
in-
was thinking he was saying there was no subtitles unless
No,
you
no,
turned
no,
them
no.
on.
I've never seen a show that was in another language that didn't at least have subtitles. I don't think that's even a thing unless you
I
speak
mean, in
that
certain
language.
animes, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In that case, you're way above my head, but
Or that
you
I
can
mean,
take
one-
that.
I don't watch them because I don't understand.
Right. Yeah. I don't think that's even a thing. But
Unless you learn
my
Japanese.
next list.
You're really into it if you learn Japanese.
I would
Well,
just
that's
like to
fair.
learn Japanese.
And respect to that.
Just-
If you're going to
just
learn
'cause.
the whole language to respect their art or to appreciate it the
Then you
way,
deserve to
then
watch
you
it in
deserve
the-
the whole weeboo title or whatever it's called, dude.
All right,
You are the
what
king
you,
weeboo.
What you got next?
My number 8 is Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
That was my first from childhood, but like I don't think there's any show that was as poppin' as Drake and Josh as far as like
I love Drake and
early
Josh.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, early Disney Channel. That was the jam.
It's on Hulu, right?
It is
Yes.
all of it, dude.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I love
Yeah,
Drake and
I
Josh.
mean, I
But
can
there's
agree
not
with
much to
you
say
on
about that other than absolutely.
Yeah, they hit Oprah Winfrey.
And from there we got
Oprah Winfrey.
iCarly, a decent show.
I loved iCarly.
It's good, but I just kept thinking about Drake and Josh. Spencer
Yeah.
will always be what's his name? for the
Crazy
movie?
Steve.
Crazy Steve.
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy Steve was awesome.
My
I'm upset that they never did like a crossover of some sort.
They can't.
No, dude.
Because they-
Have you seen
could.
the theory about the what Crazy Steve? They said that he kidnapped Megan when she was young, and that's
Oh.
how iCarly came about. Like he was her guardian.
Really?
It was like a little fan theory that says that Crazy
fuck
Steve he turned on everybody and he took
That's
Megan
funny.
and ran away with her. And that's
Oh,
how
and what was
iCarly
the African American lady from the premiere?
Helen.
Helen.
Why didn't you
Helen
say
was-
the black lady?
Am I allowed to say? I don't know. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, the black
It's not
lady.
the N word.
I don't know.
We're not
It's
gonna
black.
put you down. Like, what?
I'm just
Get up and start
trying.
stomping it.
I'm trying to be very respectful. You know, last episode you framed me like I say the N word.
I didn't.
You gotta watch it.
Did you?
I didn't.
Because-
you were there.
Yeah.
Wait.
He
No,
said-
he
he said-
wasn't
Was
there.
this the
actually.
one where
episode.
only you were there?
No. Okay. Cody was there, but here's the deal. It's all y'all, right? All
In his mind, he was
All
framed.
y'all.
all y'all.
What are you trying to
No,
say?
no. I'm about to say y'all, dog.
That's my half black side coming out.
It is a large amount of respectable African American gentlemen, as well as me, one Caucasian person, and then you say, I know some white guys that say the N word.
I actually think black people get more pissed if you call them African Americans. At least in my experience, like they're like, why the fuck? Because here's the thing: not everybody technically everybody comes from Africa.
Sure.
But you calling them an African American specifically, I've seen people get pissed off about that. Whereas you could just
It's
say
more about
black.
descendants. I mean, I get what they're saying. Like, that's what the term is for. It's for descendants. Like,
Here's,
we're
at least from a white guy's perspective, as far as what I'm choosing to say, what I
Mm-hmm.
can say is I've never heard African American used as a derogatory term, but I've heard black used as a derogatory term.
Yeah.
I don't know if
see
that's
black as
better or
offensive,
worse.
though.
black ass.
Because you
That's
say
fine.
white.
That don't
right?
offend you, bro.
What's that?
Black ass.
Depends who's saying it.
Yo, black ass. You didn't feel hurt right there?
Right,
bro?
now picture-
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Well,
Picture
first
if
of
I
all,
said
the way
that,
you're
though.
saying it also adds
Imagine
some.
if he said it.
If he said you're black, then you,
Exactly.
I get, but that's the way you say it. If you say you're African American ass, then it would still come off that way.
I don't know,
That somehow
might hurt
sounds
me more.
better.
That's what I'm
Now that you
saying.
said it,
Like, think about it.
But here's the point. I'm just trying to say I will call everybody whatever they would like to be called.
Shut your white ass up.
All right,
That's fine.
call me the N-word right now because I like
That's
that.
like
I
apparently
can do all
me
that.
being
I would
mixed.
like
do all
that.
that.
Mulatto is considered derogatory, but if somebody called
This
me a
man ain't about
mulatto,
it.
I
He's
wouldn't
not
get
about
pissed
it.
off.
Not about it. Thank you for backing me up, dog. My number 7, South Park.
Yes. Come on, China.
It's fantastic. Did you ever see 6 Days to Air, the documentary?
No.
They make every single episode in 1 week. The week it airs, they make it that week.
Are you serious?
Yes, they made a whole documentary on
I
it.
mean, I guess they got time from like
They
from like just how long it's been on, so it probably wouldn't take that
They
long.
said they wanted to do that because all the jokes are so like political and like cultural, like pop culture.
Yeah.
They want to reference the most current stuff they can.
They always do. Like,
Yep. Because they
they've been
make
on
it
point
that
with
week.
that.
Like the last script goes out like 2 days before it airs.
Wow.
Which explains why all the political references are so relevant,
They're so relevant and accurate.
like up to date.
Yeah.
And aside from that, it's just a great show, man. It's super smart, super funny, and it's fantastic.
The show
they got
itself
Winnie
is
the
not
Pooh
super
in-
smart.
in
It's super
jail?
smart.
No,
Absolutely.
the writers are super smart.
Well, okay,
the show
sure.
itself is dumb.
What are you talking about? Are you saying the jokes, or are you saying the animation, or what is it you don't like about it?
I just don't like the show.
You just
I've
got
never
some.
watched
You just don't
South
like seeing
Park.
kids
insane.
cuss. That's what it is.
No, they're not even kids cussing.
I
That's
mean,
insane.
it's
the
the
I do
voice
not like
actors
it,
cussing
man.
at kids. The jokes are so intelligent. You got to watch more of it.
It's great.
That's
It's like
what that is.
Family Guy. Like just
Now, hold
because
up.
you joke.
No,
No,
bro.
Family Guy's stupid.
No, Family Guy. They have good episodes.
Nah,
of
they
course.
just came
I
back on some
love-
real shit.
Well, the only difference between South Park and Family Guy is that Family Guy relies solely on cutaways.
Cutaways and
Nah,
shock
they got
humor.
one
Cutaway-
of them Cutaways.
They didn't stop doing them. They still do them, but they do them less
They did
because
start doing
people were
less.
complaining about it.
And did you know their ratings went down when they did less cutaways? There's a whole graph you can watch.
Yeah, so I watched an episode on YouTube about like this dude broke down how much cutaways
Was
they
that
actually
Nerdstalgic?
use. Yeah.
I love
so he
that guy,
broke
dude.
down
He's
how
fantastic.
much of their episodes actually are cutaways, and that's the majority of the fucking show.
You know what really
They
used to piss
rely
me off in
heavily
Family
on
Guy?
it.
Like I would literally just turn away and like just didn't watch the rest of the episode
What's up?
when they did this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway.
Mr. Conway
Twitty.
Twitty.
Oh yeah, and then they did the whole song.
Hey,
what
That
was
used to
that?
fucking
Guys?
piss
Yo,
me
that's
And then you
Vamp for
expected
me.
it to end because it's like, okay, this is not that funny.
Keep going, vamp for me. I gotta
Okay.
So yeah, you don't expect it to go that long. I thought it was probably gonna do like a few bars or something.
Yeah, I mean, in the
they
first time
played
that
the
they
whole
did it,
performance.
in the first time that we did it, it was like about 30 seconds of him singing. But then after that, I think they did
No, the
it
first time
another
they did
three
it, they
times.
did the whole thing.
Yeah.
The first time they did it was the whole thing. That was in the episode that I watched of the cutaways because that took
Hate
up
it.
a few minutes of the episode.
Okay.
It did. It was literally just
How many
filler.
times have they done it? Because I've only seen it the one time they did it
I
at
think they've done
first.
like 4 or 5 times.
It was literally just filler so that they could finish the episode. Like they didn't have.
So they literally did the whole cutaway with the live performance and everything, like
Yeah.
multiple
Every
times.
time
Yeah.
you hear it, it's just them saying, "Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty." And it's-
That shows that their writers must be running out of content.
They
Yeah.
started coming back on something else, but the cutaways are gone. The only thing that was really good that was keeping them alive was Peter fighting the chicken. Ah,
The
They
chicken
didn't have
fight
too many
was
of
good.
those.
Was
I
Chicken
think they
fight
had 4
was funny.
fights total.
Yeah.
last one
Yeah,
they
it
did
wasn't
was
enough to be
like-
annoyed
But at
about
least
it.
they put effort into like the animation. Like Conway Twitty, at least the one that I saw, did they cut away and put like the real Conway Twitty and
Usually.
put like
Yeah.
footage
Yeah,
of
I
him?
believe- yeah.
So yeah, they didn't put any effort into that. They just threw him in
Right.
there
It
to
was
try
an
to
easy
save
joke.
money. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they actually when
The-
they did the last one, the last
He was
cutaway Conway
animated?
Twitty. No,
That one stayed on for like a minute.
they stuck like Stewie in there or something, and
Really?
he was just like, "You don't have to worry about this anymore."
That's funny.
Like-
Did he? Is he? Okay. I'm sounding
He broke
stupid.
the fourth
Is
wall.
He's not alive anymore, is he? Conway Twitty?
Stewie?
No, Conway Twitty.
Oh,
He died,
I
right?
don't know.
Can somebody Google that?
I was about to say,
Saquon, would you
Quan,
mind?
can you Google
that? I believe
Conway
he died,
Twitty's death?
and I believe that's like when they stopped doing it. Was that because he died? They're like, let's stop doing that. Now I could be wrong. He'd be alive, and
enough.
he'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure.
What you got next?
Either way,
Other
that
than
skit
South
is
Park.
dead.
So yeah, so 7 South Park. You want to talk about a dumb show though? That being said, I love this
Eric
show.
Andre show?
But you're gonna call us stupid. No, that one ain't. Dude, the one episode where he pukes on the table is enough for me to never watch that show
You don't
again.
like puke.
The sounds and when he ate it. Are you kidding me, dude? Could you watch that?
Yeah.
I've watched that. It's funny because you say I've watched that at least 8 times. Strictly because every time I say I'm not gonna puke this time, every time I vomit in my mouth.
Like a challenge?
It is at this point.
Play it right now.
I'm gonna puke.
Play it right now.
Let's say that for the end of the episode. You can see me puke. But
Alright.
you want to talk about a dumb show? My number 6.
He died
Do you know?
in 1993.
Okay.
Oh my
That
gosh.
kinda adds
So,
up.
yeah, no,
okay,
they
so they've been
didn't
doing it
stop
long
him.
Yeah,
after
this
he
is
died.
longer than
then.
the show was out.
Yeah,
We really got to get our facts straight, all of us.
that's true. I'm sure we said a bunch of incorrect stuff
Incorrect
already.
shit. Don't come to us for knowledge.
That's
Just
very
come
true.
for us for entertainment.
But
Come to us if you need your grandmother.
my number 6, one of the dumbest shows I've ever watched and enjoyed. You've already guessed it as far as like guessing what my favorite show is. You've said it before.
Friends.
No.
With the Canadian Hillbillies.
Yep.
What's it called?
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny. Yeah.
Fantastic
Never heard
show.
of that.
I didn't know what it was
Pitter
either
patter,
until
let's
he
get at her.
showed me. And I didn't even like it. When he played it for me, I didn't like it.
Literally, when you just said that, all I heard was "Past Blue Ribbon."
You know I love a good
the First thing
PBR.
that, where is it at? The can at?
I got this stuff now. I threw
It
that
just
away.
phases in.
Yeah.
This just turns into a
You
PBR
just,
tall boy.
you just turned into a whole PBR talk.
Look, man,
It's
a
literally
fantastic
Canadian
show.
rednecks from what he
Yeah.
told
Say
me.
it.
I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. Eventually, we're gonna have a whole montage of how many times I've said that on the podcast.
Yes.
But
Go ahead and explain this show for me.
it's. You ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Also,
Also
I've
Canadian
seen
rednecks.
Parts. I've seen parts.
Picture that, but with more inside jokes. That's it.
Why would
really.
I enjoy inside jokes? They're
No,
inside
they're
jokes.
inside to you because you learn them as the show goes on.
Oh,
So like by season, like the last season, they're saying a bunch of stuff and you've heard it a billion times, but it's even more funny.
I guess. Yeah.
And they got emos and it's you gotta watch it, dude. It's
Emos or emus?
hilarious. Skids, actually.
Skids.
You gotta watch it. I can't
Was
explain
that
it.
was that an inside joke?
No, that's just what they're called.
I thought it was an inside joke too.
Yeah.
It sounded
Again,
like
you just gotta
This
watch
show's
it.
stupid.
There's
No.
nothing I can say other than you gotta watch it.
I
Or you
don't
gotta
agree.
watch if you just watch a montage of like a couple scenes and you'll want to watch the show. That's how I
I
found the
didn't.
show.
I watched first episode and was not pulled in at all.
You gotta it as with
Nothing
every
entertaining
show,
about that
you
show.
gotta let it build. It's great, especially if you've been drinking. It's fantastic.
So that's what it is.
No, it's not because I've watched it completely sober and it's just as good. But that'll help any show.
I'm sure.
Look, it's fantastic, and everybody watching that has seen it, loves it, and is totally on my side right now.
Is Jersey Shore on either one of your lists?
Not on mine, I'm afraid.
I've never seen Jersey Shore.
Oh my god, come on.
I actually really want to get y'all's opinion on my number 5. Really curious about
Okay.
that. It's a little bit more serious, a little bit scary.
All right.
It's American Horror Story.
Yeah.
You know what? That should have been on my list. How did I not put that
It's
on
a
my
good
list?
show.
I've
It
only
was a
seen
good
one
show
season.
up until that.
Hold on, I wouldn't say
There
up
was
until
one season where I stopped.
because they've had bad
Oh,
and good
when
seasons.
they did like the in the country kind of thing.
No, which one was that? Was the black dude and the white girl moved out into this
Roanoke.
house?
Roanoke.
Roanoke
was
garbage.
trash.
Bad.
Yeah, they were trying to get
Terrible.
some. Election Day or whatever, the one where they were just trying to rip Trump the whole time.
Was that after that? Was that after Roanoke?
Yeah.
See, I
think,
stopped after
think.
Roanoke. It was so garbage. I
No, but here's
stopped
the
watching
deal.
the show altogether.
I also skipped Roanoke because I watched It's Trash. The
Hotel was good.
Hotel was
Loved Hotel.
fantastic.
My
The
favorite
Freak
was
Show
Coven.
was good.
It was okay.
I've only seen Coven, but that one did it for me.
Coven is
I
the
loved
best
it.
I feel like you
season
only
they've
say it
ever
was
made.
just okay because you were scared of the fucking clown.
I'm not even scared of clowns. That's not even a thing for me.
You're
Believe
scared of
it or
something
not.
in that show.
I'm scared of something in a lot of the shows. Literally, so one of my biggest fears is like.
What about
nukes.
Asylum? That was great.
Asylum, I couldn't finish. Or no, I did finish.
I was about to say, yeah,
but
Asylum
I
was
didn't
one of the
like
best
it because it
seasons.
was so visually disgusting. Like I'm not big on that kind of stuff.
You don't like
So,
gore?
all right, take note. Jeffrey
like
said
gore?
he didn't like it because it was gloomy, right? He also didn't like Ozark because it has that same thing. And the lighting in Ozark, I just realized, because I put 2 and 2 together with you, is
It's
a real
grayscale.
dark lighting. So if
Yeah.
it's a show with a dark, dismal lighting and not really a good thing to look to or a lot of comic relief, Jeffrey won't watch
But
it.
hold up. So here's the deal.
you get
I actually,
depressed?
I have a
He gets
counterpoint.
depressed by watching the shows.
I have a
bruh.
counterpoint to that because the second to last season of American Horror Story was called Apocalypse, and it had 2 of the things I fear most.
Nukes.
Nukes is a big one, and the other one is constant gloom and dim lighting. You're 100% right. It had that to the full. Also, Satanism, which I'm also super freaked out by, as you know.
It's not that bad.
But it had all those. It was completely gloomy the entire time. The world was
He also
over.
doesn't like Ghost.
Exactly.
So I guess that kind of.
So listen, Apocalypse was it freaked me out so much I could only watch it in the daytime. I would have to watch it in between classes. I couldn't come home and watch it.
I didn't even think American Horror Story was scary for real. I just liked the plot.
Well, mostly
the plot was just good.
One, the satanic imagery just stuck with me, and then 2, the
I haven't
I
seen
mean,
that season,
but you
so I
like
can't
Coven.
speak
no,
on
I'm
that,
saying
but-
that's this one.
But you like Coven.
Coven. Well, that's
Like the witchcraft mixed straight into.
I don't mind
with-
witchcraft.
with
That's
Satanism.
not exactly. That depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, witchcraft
well-
is not the
Well, the
most
not
kind
Christian
that they were
thing.
doing.
Well, that
definitely
depends on
did.
how you look
The
at it.
kind
That was
they were
dark
doing did.
magic.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, and they were the villains.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you're making Satan the villain, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm saying, but there's like different, sources of witchcraft.
Also, here's
and-
the biggest deal, right? Because we can talk about witchcraft all day. I got a lot of Wiccan friends that have really made good arguments to me. But the biggest thing is that
I do too.
the entire show,
Natasha.
No.
Oh, I thought that's
the
who
whole
you were gonna
show
bring
of
up.
Coven is very
Jackie.
Oh,
lighthearted.
what? I didn't even know she was on that.
Yeah.
I thought. Well, I know Natasha's real big on it. Like, as far as the witchcraft thing.
Maybe
She
we shouldn't be
posted
like,
about it on her
Why are
Facebook.
we name dropping right now?
Because it don't make a difference. We ain't saying bad shit about him.
right.
It's not like I'm shit talking.
No, Jackie, you're still cool.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
We were just saying, like, as far as like the whole. I know for a fact Natasha was on the witchcraft shit though. Some people are actually into that,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think it's just a belief thing. It doesn't necessarily make it bad or good, but
no,
it
exactly.
depends where you stand.
Montreux?
Is Montreal? I think he just believes in like burning sage and shit and
No,
crystals,
but
healing
he
stone.
does believe in like hexing as well.
Oh, so he is into that.
So
But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong being into that. You know what I mean? That's fine. Like if you told me you were,
yeah,
'cause
you better say
even-
that or you're getting hexed.
You ain't lying. If you told me you were a Satanist, a straight up Satanist, especially because I know what Satanism actually is, I still would be like, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Leviant Satanism is
Amazing.
Aggressive.
very-
it's aggressive
very-
atheism.
way
is what
back.
it is.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
it's
That
very
man's all the way
closely,
back.
like abbreviated with Christianity. If you really look
But here's
at
the
it.
deal. So true. The origin of Satanism, and Jerel, we've talked about this, is the whole like they were just making fun of Christianity. So let's make fun of them so hard we're gonna worship the devil. You know what I mean? It wasn't. We actually believe in everything that's in the Bible, and we're choosing the other side. It's we believe that's all bull, but just to make fun of it. It's the
I
same.
can't speak on it because I don't know.
We talked
and
about
I had
this.
I
I
had
could've
a
sworn.
Satanist that used to work at
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't even necessarily a Satanist. He
talking
was just educated on all religions
You
at
talking about
Chick-fil-A. No.
Oh.
I was talking about a dude from Chick-fil-A that used
Okay,
to work there.
gotcha.
I'm
the
sure that
dude-
still went in the
he,
mic.
he said that there are a lot of aspects of
I
Satanism,
can
like
cut it
what
if
they
you need to.
believe in or whatever commandments they have, aren't necessarily deviated too far from like bad morality. Like don't beat on your wife is one
Right,
of them.
absolutely.
Things like that.
'Cause-
So
and definitely, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be the one to come here to defend Satanism.
And that's what I
but
meant.
I will
that was
say,
probably
like,
Leviant Satanism because it was more of like a positive thing.
right.
Sure,
so
they
I
worship
get
the
it, that's,
devil,
it's
but
all
they
where you
see-
stand.
They see it as like he was the right one.
I'm trying to
also.
proceed with a lot of caution here, but I do know a couple
Just
Satanists.
speak your
right?
fucking mind.
Well, because no, I'm speaking my mind, but
You're
I'm
an
saying
adult.
because I do feel that
It's
I
the
don't
whole.
have
That's the only
anything-
bad thing. Like, I don't want to get into religion, but
Yeah.
when you stick to a certain religion, you have to be careful what you say.
Yeah,
You can't say what you want.
No, it's not about.
I'm agnostic, so
it's-
I mean,
I'll just say whatever the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not disowning or, saying that something doesn't exist or something's bad. But
The reason that I'm saying that is because I'm about to say something that goes against everything I believe in. And I'm okay
Okay.
with saying that.
Say
you know
it.
what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Say it.
Because I'm a Christian, right?
Right.
But I will say I don't have anything against Satanism. I know a lot of Satanists because their whole point is they don't like my religion. The origin of Satanism is just aggressive atheism, right? It
Right.
was they were atheists and they hated the church and all the stuff that was going on. So they said, it's the same as the spaghetti monster, right? We're gonna basically
no, that was completely made up.
that was-
made up as a whole parody on
Right.
religion.
No, that's what Satanism was at first too. It's we hate you. We don't actually believe there's a devil or a god, but we're gonna worship him, and then also come up with this whole creed that we have with each other. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying there's nobody that believes in everything in the Bible and also chooses Satan. Maybe, but
Yeah.
the origin of Satanism was that we don't believe any of this, but we're doing it just as kind of a joke, for lack of a better term. That's why I know Satanists. I'm friends with Satanists. It's all good. Like I got no beef.
I don't know the origin, so I
Okay,
can't say.
well.
Yeah, I can understand.
I mean, I like
if
that
that's the
about you.
case,
Right,
I
that's
can
the
understand
origin.
that.
Yeah, and so
You
that's
feel
why
like
I say
they're
I
mocking
proceed
Christianity.
with caution because I don't want to endorse Satanism to any extent. But I'm gonna say this, the truth,
I
and
mean,
that's
why
what the
not?
truth is.
Why can't you?
Well, because I'm a
endorse
Christian.
Satanism?
I want to endorse Christianity.
Okay. Okay. So for your side,
For
you
my
can't endorse
side, right.
Satanism, but I mean, we
But
can't
I'm
say
still
that
gonna
it's
speak
wrong.
facts, right?
I think every religion has good things about it if you look at it. And
I can agree
if
with
you
that,
look at it,
100%.
every religion believes in something good if you look at it. Something good
I can
in
also
that
agree with that.
religion.
Yeah. Shout out to Allah. So.
See, I
we're
wouldn't
all
say
good.
that, but I'd agree with your point. Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely.
He said, "Shout out to Allah."
See, I wouldn't go that far. That being
Allah's
said,
still a God.
Allah's just
So if you
another
think
name
about it-
for God. It could be the same God.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
worship.
it's
If you
like-
think
it's
about
like
it,
Muslim
everybody
Christianity,
worships
so.
the same thing, and Satanists if you think about it, you have to believe in a God to believe in a devil because devil
That's
was
why
put there from God.
That's why the
Kicked
whole
out of
origin of
heaven.
Satanism that I was talking about is so important because they don't believe in that. At least the origin, right? It's
That's
they
one thing.
believe
I
none
haven't
of
seen
it
the
is.
origin. I like to really read up
Right.
on that.
That's a
We've
great
gotten
documentary I can show you.
Way off point. We got to
sure
get
did.
back to the.
Because you know what?
Damn,
TV
all right, let me
shows.
say one of my shows since
Go
we're on the
for it,
point.
go for it.
Lucifer. No, Lucifer is one of my. I got to
That's
since
funny,
we're on
yeah,
the
yeah, you
topic.
gotta
Have
bring
you
that
seen
one up.
Lucifer?
You're gonna make fun of me.
No.
I've only seen 2
No, but you're gonna
episodes.
make fun of me as far as why I didn't
What?
watch it.
Damn, it's such because of Christianity.
And like
Yeah.
2 episodes late
Jesus
in, I don't know what
Christ.
part it was. I don't
Exactly.
know what season. So
I'm sorry,
and the
did
thing
nobody
about
catch
it
that
is,
one?
people don't understand. Lucifer's
Seemed like
not
a
a
nice
bad
guy.
person in the show.
he seemed like a nice
In the
guy.
that's
show,
the-
and he's good. He
Can
actually
I-
hates people that do bad things
Can I make
in
an
the
argument
show.
though? Can I make an argument? That's why, as a Christian, I'm not saying there's anything wrong watching the show. That's why it doesn't. Nothing offends me. Obviously, I'm not saying that at all. But that's why I don't want to partake in it because Lucifer is a
goes
bad
against
guy.
your religion.
No, it's not even that because I watch stuff that goes against
You
my
just said
religion all the
that.
time.
You just said it's 'cause you're
no, it's not
Christianity.
that it goes against. It's that I feel like I'm doing a bad job by supporting something that makes the devil look like a good guy. Like not
Okay,
only that
I can
it goes
understand that
against.
because he does look like a badass in the show.
Right. To me, that's like as far bad as you can go.
Okay.
Well, look,
You know what I mean?
do you support same-sex marriage?
I got no problem with it.
Then you're
There's
already
lots
doing,
of
you're
doing the
already
same
doing
thing.
the
No,
bad thing,
here's the
man.
difference. Here's the difference. Here's the
See,
difference.
if you think about it, that's a good
For
point.
like Christianity,
wait.
that's
yeah,
a big.
you're
That's
doing a
going
bad
into
thing
your
for them.
ethics bag.
Yeah.
Come here,
If
come
you
here,
re-
come here, come here, so I can tell you. So there's lots of things that I may feel one way or another, or maybe the people we got here, so we're staying here. Regardless of how I feel about certain things, everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do. Same reason
Yes.
they have the right to make that show. I'm
Hell
not
yeah.
protesting that show. Same reason I'm not going to protest if
You
you
are
want to be
protesting
gay.
by not watching it because
No,
you said
I'm
you
not
don't want to
protesting.
support it by watching
It's
it.
not
That's
even that.
protesting.
That's the only reason
That's
why
a
I'm
form
saying
of
say you don't
protest.
want
You're
to
right.
watch it because you don't
Not
want to support
supporting
it.
isn't even the right word. It's I'm working on my spiritual and emotional well-being.
Protesting.
I don't think that's good for me.
Okay.
I got no problem with
Okay.
you watching it.
Okay.
I'll even watch.
Gotcha.
I've seen scenes of it, and I got no problem with that.
Okay.
But I just don't want to watch a bunch of it because I think it's not something that I want in my
Lucifer-
system.
Season
Like
3
porn.
coming
Kind
soon.
of, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot like porn, right? But that being said, all the other things, it's not me because I'm not protesting it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to do that. You do whatever you want to do. There's some
Okay.
stuff I'm not going to do.
Well, before we go back
Okay.
to, we'll probably come back to this, but go ahead to your
Oh,
next
we're
one so we
fine.
don't go
Alright,
too
that's
deep
that's
down
a
the
whole
because that's a
podcast we
rabbit
got to have
hole.
one time. But my
Where are
next
we at
one,
as far as time, Quan? Not that it really matters, but
Bro, we like 4 minutes and left.
till what?
we can go over an hour. That's
Oh, okay.
fine.
Yeah,
it's not
we're
a big
good.
deal.
We're good.
Yeah, we talking that
It's actually
shit,
funny
boy.
because of what we've been talking about. My next one is Rick and Morty.
Hey, okay.
I think we're all on the same page
Yeah,
there.
it's fantastic.
Okay.
Again, say a bunch of anti-Christian stuff, but it's funny and it's really smart.
So you're really selective on what you're supporting
It's
and what
you
you're
have to
not.
be really bad for me to not be able to watch it.
But Lucifer's not a bad show.
No, it's that one fatal flaw of you're making the devil a good guy. Like that's so much that I just can't.
Because
Oh,
if you
shit,
think
we
about
got
it, he
special
started off.
guest Max in the house.
Max.
What's up, Cat?
All right, we're getting back into the rabbit hole again. Lucifer started
actually
as an
getting back
angel.
into the cat hole.
They point that out in the show.
Correct.
That's
Yep.
I think that's common knowledge. So, you know,
I will also fully admit I haven't seen the show. I've
gonna
only
let him in
seen
your lap during the
snips.
podcast?
I've only seen snippets of it, so it could be there's an awesome narrative that I'm missing that maybe I might even agree with if I gave it a chance. I'm not saying that's not true at all.
yeah, because he gets pissed off in the show when people call him evil.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like.
'Cause,
But
like-
anyways, continue. We'll come back to it. We can't go
Okay,
too far on this
okay.
rabbit hole.
My next one, we're on the same page with Rick and Morty, so there's not much to talk about there.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, also, I think we're all on the same page.
That's on my list.
I bet. Yep, fantastic show. You seen it?
No.
No? You seen it, Taekwon?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it?
He hesitated.
Yeah.
I can never tell if Quan is bullshitting. Oh my gosh.
Oh, put me on it.
All right.
Okay, I was
All
about
right,
to
main-
say I can
three
never
main
tell because you
character names.
hesitate and then you make this
That's
face
true.
where you
All right,
perch
hold
your
on,
lips
let's
like
hear
this.
It, let's hear it.
Three main character names right now.
Oh my.
Yep, he's capping. Do it. Do it. If you haven't seen it, just say it.
Oh,
No, I've
shit.
seen it when I was around you, but I can't remember these niggas' names.
okay.
It's been a minute.
All right, that makes it. That's all you had to say. You'd be like, I've seen a little bit when I was with Rel.
All right, yeah.
That's
yeah.
fine. You don't have to cap. There's no capping.
But yeah.
What's the next one?
Great show. Fantastic show. Nothing really much to say other than that. Also, Better Call Saul, really good. Not quite
haven't
as
seen that
good,
either.
but very
It's a
good.
spinoff of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I know, but
It's still very good.
I just haven't seen it.
My number 2, I think I'm the only one that's seen at least all of it, and that's Shameless.
I've seen the first season and it had me hooked. I just don't know why I didn't.
I don't think
finish
it's a bad
watching
show though. I just didn't
It's
finish it.
fantastic.
That's
Well,
I
yeah,
think
that's
that's
what
a
I'm saying,
good
yeah,
show.
I thought it was an amazing show.
It's
That's all?
I'll be honest.
You've seen further than I have though.
No, I've only. Oh, so you haven't seen like?
I haven't
whole
seen the
first-
entire first season.
Oh, okay.
From what I saw, it was really good.
I just finished season, I think 10, which is the last one available. Or
10
it might have
seasons?
been 9. It might have been 9.
I got to where the
There's 9
dad
or
was
10.
trying to sober up. Like, they always saw him sleeping on the floor, and then he finally got up and started getting involved with the family, but then he
Jerel-
started going back to his drunk ways, and that's where I stopped.
Which time?
The first
When?
time. This was season 1.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's been around for
Oh,
a
he's
while.
done it multiple. Damn.
There's so much has happened, dude. I can't even get
Yeah,
into
but,
specifics, but like that family's crazy.
Yeah, don't spoil that, 'cause I might
highly
actually go back and
identify with
watch that
Lip.
one.
You need to watch it.
I
Bless you,
identify with the
Yo,
neighbors.
Liv got into some
The inter-
I
the
know.
interracial
I watched
couple.
it all. I know everything you're gonna say. I know. It's wild.
I identify with that interracial couple from next door.
Oh, Kevin V. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They get kind of lame. I'll be honest.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
They calm down.
That's my disappointment of the
Let's
show.
just say if you ready for a change in the bar.
Well,
Take one. But yeah, and then my number one, I think we all know what it is. I think nobody agrees with me, but it's
How I Met
fine.
Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. Absolutely. The greatest show of all
The
time.
only thing good about it is Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris is one of the amazing things about that show, as well as Jason Segel, as well as the amazing relationship between Robin,
I haven't seen it
Ted,
either.
between Neil, or Barney, excuse me.
I mean, might as well have just said friends, man. Like,
Nah, don't offend me like that, bro. Don't.
We
do
had
that
a
to
discussion
me.
about this the
Don't
other day.
do
Are
that
they
to me.
are they in the
But do
same
you like
caliber?
Friends?
Are they in
No,
the same group?
Friends is trash.
you don't like Friends.
I hate Friends.
Okay, I'm gonna even say that I don't like Friends that much, but I can't say that it's not a good show. Like
I
some parts
have
I do
seen
like.
Friends, and I've never finished an episode unless I was waiting for something to come on after it.
Wow.
Because Friends is trash, dude. Friends is
Okay,
trash.
what about
Friends
Friends
is
70s?
trash.
Alright, cool.
That 70 show is fine, but nothing to write home about. How I Met Your Mother is a work of art, especially the ending, which everybody hates, but it's amazing, and you're stupid. Real, what you got?
That was your top. That was
That's-
your number one.
that's my
I
number
knew
one.
it because I knew that was how it
We've
was.
had
it,
this
'cause he-
conversation.
I'm surprised. Wait, have you seen You?
Oh, you was good.
I started watching it the other day.
Oh, it's great. It's actually really
But
good.
then,
I'm
but
surprised
then
that
I
was as good as
deviated off
anything
because
on my
somebody
show.
said something about the Outer Banks. So I switched off you real quick, and they were like, because Outer
is that a
Banks
show?
Outer Banks, yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Apparently, that's
I've-
top 7 Netflix shows right now.
Really?
So I switched
Yeah,
off you.
I've seen it on Netflix. I just haven't really.
Interesting.
I've heard people talk about it.
I saw it, and then 3 people said I should watch it. So I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch.
Well,
this
you got to
show.
go back to you. You is really good.
Season 3's coming.
Heard that.
I know. Whenever Corona's up, they had to stop shooting because of Corona.
Yeah, that's right.
Really? Mm-hmm. Shit.
No,
Damn. They gotta pick that shit back up.
you
when
do.
this is over.
You do.
We already
All
went
right,
over
cool.
some of mine.
We
We
though.
did. So we got Lucifer. That's all we got off your list. And
We got.
then I think
well, no. Breaking
one or
Bad's up
two
there
was
too.
up there. Breaking Bad.
But that's the first 2.
was
Lucifer
Rick
and
and
Breaking
Morty
Bad. There.
up your list? On your list?
No.
Death
Okay.
Note was on this list.
Oh,
Death
Note was
Note.
on your
Yep.
list.
So we covered 3.
All right. What else you got?
Black Mirror.
Okay.
That
Black
one
Mirror.
almost made my
Black
list,
Mirror.
but I felt the need to pick between American Horror Story and Black Mirror.
That makes sense.
And I picked American Horror Story.
Okay. But at least you considered it.
I did,
we-
'cause
if
Black
anything,
Mirror-
we could also just go settle things on Shinjuku Island.
I was just about to make a Shinjuku Island fucking reference, but you beat me to it.
I'm lost.
It's
Oh, okay.
Shinjuku
I didn't watch it.
Island,
I
man.
saw
he
the
said,
trailer.
"Meet me
though.
at
I know what you're
Shinjuku
talking about.
Island, 7:30."
Black Mirror has some really great episodes and a couple that are just like, what are you doing?
What do you think of Bandersnatch? With the
It was cool.
choosing your path.
It was cool. It was really cool. It was really cool. But as far as like a Black Mirror episode, like I didn't feel
Well, it was more so a movie. It was meant to be like a
right.
movie. And
I don't know. I'm being super picky because I'm only comparing them to themselves. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That
Because
makes sense.
Bandersnatch is so much better than any other show a lot of people have ever made. But compared to other Black Mirror episodes that were top, it falls.
well, if
in
we're talking about
comparison.
the episodes, just the regular ones, we have to talk about the fact there were only 3 fucking episodes in the new season. What was
Really?
that, Black Mirror?
Which one is that? I missed that one.
What is that? Huh?
Which one is that?
The new season.
I haven't seen
It was like
that.
3 or 4 episodes.
what's
we
in
talked
there?
about this at Lexi's
What's,
friend's house. How
um,
there's only 3 episodes in that new new season of
Is
Black
that the
Mirror.
one with Miley Cyrus in it?
Yeah, Moocher's house.
Is that the season that has the Miley Cyrus episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's that Shinjuku Island and what's the third one?
They had Miley Cyrus in it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good actually. It's a little cheese, but it's still really good.
All right, Cody, you're gonna know my next one.
All right, what is it?
You already know because you brought it up. plenty of
Dragon
time.
Ball Z.
Nope.
Oh really?
In the dark.
Oh, Ozark in the.
Oh yeah.
Ozark's up there. That's up there
hold
with
on, that's
Breaking
got to
Bad.
be your number one though, right? At
It's
this
one of
point?
my. If it
I mean,
had
but
to
you
be up
haven't
there.
finished it, so
No,
Do
I
you-
finished it now.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah, it's a great
Do you
show.
have one that you're saving for number one, or have you like if you had, or
No.
should you go ahead and pick one now?
No, because Breaking Bad's probably up there for number one.
Yeah?
And then Ozark would be up
Which
there.
would you pick,
But
Ozark or number one?
That's what I couldn't
mean,
choose.
Ozark or Breaking
Bad, Lucifer, and Ozark are up there, all three together.
All right, now ask me this: which one got you the most? Because those are both got you shows. Like, which one was like one where you're like, oh, like wow, like
Breaking Bad or Lucifer? I can't pick between those two. Lucifer's a great show.
which one had you the most?
I don't know.
You gotta pick.
So good.
If you had to
can't
pick,
them.
gun to your head.
I guess Breaking Bad. If I had to
Okay.
pick Breaking Bad,
Okay.
maybe.
I mean, Breaking Bad's an awesome show, man. There's also that show shot really well and has a great color contrast to it. But
I'll probably have to say Boku no Pico.
Oh my God, get out of here with that. Don't even ask what that is. We'll talk
I don't
about it
wanna know.
after the show.
don't worry, baby. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when you're older.
Handmaid's Tale isn't Netflix, but it's up there.
That was good. It
Handmaid's
was
Tale.
good.
Did you finish it?
I have not finished it.
Oh, you
But
gotta
we
finish it
watched a
then.
lot of it, and I watched some of it on my own. It's good.
It
I plan
get-
to start. I plan to
Yeah,
start.
because it's good first season, but obviously you're probably not gonna like it because it's dismal.
Well,
the
I can
whole
take,
show is
no,
fucking
so like
shitty.
I watched, and that was just like enough going on for me to be okay with how. Because
It's
like Breaking
rape,
Bad was
abuse,
dismal too.
nonstop.
Yeah, but there was action.
and
You know what I
depression.
mean? Yeah, it's
There's
true.
hardly any action in
I
Handmaid's
don't know.
Tale.
I'll be honest. Maybe I just can't relate to the depression because I'm a man. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hit me as much. Like that's an honest point.
How do you explain the fact that it's one of the most highest rated shows on Hulu?
No. I'm saying that's why it doesn't bother me as much.
What do you mean?
Because all the bad stuff happens to women.
no, well that's
not
what I'm
to
saying.
me.
Well, it gets good in like the,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
second season.
What?
Or something.
No, that's not a thing. It's you relate to shows that relate to you. For instance, in Ozark, the guy that's
so you're
being
saying,
hurt.
oh, this is happening to women. It's not my problem.
Yeah,
I'm saying
They had
on
a Saturday
sub-
Night Live skit on that because all the women were talking about, oh, we're getting our rights taken, blah blah, we're being raped, and all the guys were like, oh, well that sucks, and then they start talking about what they're gonna do this week.
Damn.
Damn.
Jeffrey would be in that.
That's
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
that's Jeffrey.
Look, you'd be lying. You'd be lying if you didn't tell me that was true for you too. Is that you can
No,
only?
I
you're
felt
relating
bad
this-
watching,
Obviously, I feel bad too, but it's different to feel bad for you and to feel bad for somebody that I could see being me.
No, I 100% felt it when she was
Y'all,
getting
y'all was
raped.
full of it.
through the
Y'all
whole
was
going on
full
show.
of it.
some-
No,
some big-
no, I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
You're getting
Continue
on
with your show.
misogyny
It's,
energy
Have you
right
seen
now.
Handmaid's Tale?
Huh?
he
have you seen
also
Handmaid's
hasn't
Tale?
seen it, so he doesn't
No, I haven't
understand.
seen
Yeah,
it.
no.
But I've
I'm
heard
no.
about
But you
it.
get it, right? Do you at least understand the concept of when something as bad is happening to somebody that you know can never be you? You can only relate to it from the outside
Okay, and
perspective.
here's another
of,
thing.
I feel bad for you.
Jeffrey's saying that, right? But he has no problem with the fact that the whole fact that they've had this system set up where they're entrapping women and raping them was based on Christianity, a
Is
false
that
image
where
of
you wanna
Christianity.
go?
So
Is
how
that
does
where you
that not
turn your
bother
mic on?
you? How does that not bother you?
When
But
did I say it didn't bother me? When
You
did I
just
say
said
that?
the show doesn't bother
I
you.
said
It doesn't strike
it
a nerve
doesn't
with you.
hit me as much as Ozark.
They were basically
because
justifying
Ozark
the rape
I can
by
relate
saying
to.
this is God's
I can
will.
relate to.
Oh no.
If anything, you should be talking about how that's offensive to me.
Yep, the rape scenes were a whole thing where they read the
No,
Bible
'cause-
before they do the rape. They read a section
wait.
of the Bible and then
just
they
gonna wait.
proceed to
Same
rape.
thing with slavery, bro. Same thing with slavery.
Justified
I'll
by
wait for my turn.
While the woman sits down. and
Jeffrey, there's no getting
another
out of this.
woman-
I'm in.
That's-
it's fine. I
no,
don't care.
there's-
Would you like to hear an ending statement of
Yes,
what y'all
yeah,
have
I'll-
already decided is the
Look,
fact
go ahead-
here?
go ahead, man. Go-
Because
yeah.
But you get where I'm
obviously-
coming from before he goes into that.
I get it just because I know that was a thing that they used to do in slavery before they would whip
Sure.
their slaves.
Absolutely.
It's how they
Sometimes
justify
they
it in their
would-
minds.
Yeah,
How
sometimes
does
they
that
would
not
read
bother
script.
you? That's what pissed me off about it. So to say that you
Who
didn't
said,
feel it.
First of all, I never said it didn't bother me. Because we were talking about
You
how
said the show as a man didn't bother me that much, so it really didn't connect or some shit like
now
that.
we can roll the tape back.
That
I
misogyny
said
energy.
it does
Yeah.
not. Oh wait.
These
I'm
women
sorry,
are
man.
getting
I'm sorry.
battered.
It's fine. I get it. It's
sorry.
funny.
right.
But exactly what I said. And I'll roll the clip back right now.
Action.
Yes.
There's hardly any action in Handmaid's
I don't know. I'll be honest. Maybe I just can't relate to the depression because I'm a man. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hit me as much. It doesn't hit me personally as much. Obviously,
It
because
should if you're religious.
you're not waiting. It doesn't hit you personally as much unless it affects you. That's just a fact of being a human. Okay. Okay.
I hear
That's
you.
why so many.
No show really truly affects you personally.
Right,
so
but
where
in
does
Ozark,
that line get drawn?
in Ozark, that was a husband and a father,
No,
which
I'm
could
not
be
gonna
me
say
one
that
day.
because 13 Reasons Why, that shit hit me, man.
Yeah, because you,
Okay,
you
that's
were a high
different.
schooler.
That's different. But I'm saying
No,
like
I wasn't. I mean, oh,
At
well,
one
no, no.
point,
At
in my
one
point.
yes.
I will never
Yes,
be a
but-
woman.
Okay, no. Actually, you got a point because the whole Handmaid's Tale is based off of the premise that their rights were getting taken away slowly. So I
Right.
guess it's the same thing.
Hannah Baker,
Right.
she was having.
And then men were standing up for the women in the show, but they were being killed for standing up for the women being
and
raped.
you know what?
And
That's the
Yeah.
part that I related
impregnated.
to on a personal level, because obviously I would have been there because my God does not believe in that, which is why that show does piss me off, because that's horrible to say that and to give a light
you completely
to that.
neglected all of
come
that
on,
till I
Trey.
pointed it
Right, because you
out.
kept talking. You didn't let me speak when you brought that up.
Shoot,
Originally, he just said it doesn't strike a nerve with him or some shit because of the fact
I
that
already
you're not a
rolled the
woman.
tape back
That's
at this
all
point.
you
Where
said.
you heard I was. Yes,
There's
true.
hardly any action in Handmaid's
I don't know. I'll be honest. Maybe I just can't relate to the depression because I'm a man. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hit me as much. But you heard I was
You didn't
comparing
bring
it.
anything-
You're right,
you
because I was
completely missed-
comparing it directly to Ozark. Directly to Ozark. That's all it was at that point. Then you were religion, and then I didn't get to talk
Okay.
yet. Okay.
Anyways, we'll go on to the next one then.
Just closing statements, right? Closing statements. Because
The whole thing's
you know
fucked
me,
up,
I'm not
man.
this crazy
I don't
misogynistic
really like the
religious
topic.
dude.
It makes
all
me
right,
uneasy.
you're painting a
But-
light here that I want to make
Fuck
sure
it,
is not
man.
painted.
Okay.
I have a certain set of beliefs,
All right,
right?
can we go to
That's
the
fine.
next-
I would like to-
He wants to do his closing
I want to do a
statement.
closing statement.
Yeah,
all right?
please. Okay. After you do your
What
closing
happened in The
statement,
Handmaid's Tale is horrible. I believe in women's rights. I believe in all that stuff. Okay, I'm not a bad person. I just believe in a God that a lot of people use to do a lot of bad things, and I'm sorry for those people.
Thirsty.
Okay.
That's
Can we
true.
do like a slow
That's it.
mo zooming up to your face while you're saying that?
We can do whatever you want to do. Take one.
All right,
do
while
whatever.
we're on the topic of rape,
I love it. Love it.
No, bro, I don't like
And
that
I'm
topic.
the
all right,
misogynist.
no. Unbelievable. That's why I said that because it was a good bridge.
Unbelievable.
It's a show about a girl. No. That's yeah, Unbelievable. That's the one. I was getting the two mixed up between that one with the chick that had the mental problems and her mom made her believe she was sick. No, Unbelievable is the show where she was raped and she is constantly asked about it by these detectives and things like that. So throughout the series, nobody believes her. That's literally the premise of the show.
13 Reasons Why.
Really?
She was raped, but nobody believed her. And then the detectives eventually forced a fake confession out of her, basically saying, "Oh, you made all this up," but she actually didn't make it up. So that's the premise of the
13
show.
Reasons
That's the
Why.
only reason why I laughed is because like that's it. We were just talking about that in Handmaid's Tale, and
It's
that just so
serendipitous.
happened to be my next show on the list.
It's ironic.
I gotta
That's what
check it
is.
out.
It's funny.
But, like,
But that sounds
It's
horrible.
really now
That
that's
sounds-
dismal. If you don't like a dismal show, you probably won't like because you get frustrated. You're
Also,
like, why does nobody believe this girl? And
I
then-
hate. I hate to come back to what we were just talking about, but Handmaid's Tale, obviously anything could happen, but I don't think that anything like that would ever happen. What you just talked about happens every day, and it's a tragedy. I relate to that way more.
I don't believe that. That's the whole reason why they wrote The Handmaid's Tale.
No.
That a dude did rape one of the girls, and they literally beat that man to death.
No, well, he didn't actually rape her. I think that he had consensual sex with one of the girls, but since the women don't have rights to say what they want to do, he was just acting against their God. So that's why they killed him.
I have to see this show, man.
Bro, they brutally.
It's crazy.
killed
They
that
killed
man.
him. They didn't want to do it. They were forced to do it. And if you don't beat somebody or stone them to death in The Handmaid's Tale, they kill you too.
I think we should bring back stoning.
All right.
Like the first I don't understand how somebody couldn't be bothered by the first season of Handmaid's Tale. Like
Nobody
it's
said
constant
they weren't
rape.
bothered.
I was
Shit
pissed the
was
whole time
bothering
watching
me.
it.
All right, but like, show of hands, really quick. Like, does anybody think that we should bring back stoning?
Depends on who, but yes.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, for like
Depends on
serious,
who.
serious
I
crimes.
did not
like crimes
raise my
against
hand because I
children.
disagree with you. I just haven't ever thought about that as a thing that we should need to bring
But I'm
back.
just
What
saying,
about
like,
castration?
for one-
That's
for one,
all.
this is
That's
what I
something
really
that's brought
mean.
up a
Like,
For
lot.
rape?
For
Yeah,
any
I'm cool with
crime
that.
against a child, like for like, oh shit, what was that show that they put on Netflix? It was a documentary of this child that was beaten, like beyond recognition, and it was through his family. His father mostly did it, and like everybody like didn't really have a. They couldn't help him.
I want to know what show that is now.
It's on Netflix. It's new.
But the point that you bring up there, right, is so like it comes back to the rape thing too. Of like, so like who here believes in the death penalty? To getting completely off topic from the casual talk about
I'm
television
conflicted because
shows.
if you being killed is you getting off easy, in my opinion. But
That's a
No,
fair
that's
point.
you getting out of here, so we don't have to worry about you ever.
that's true. But
That's a fair
the
point,
way
too.
I think about it, the whole death row is more of a penalty because it's like
That's why they keep them there so
you
long.
sit there. Yeah, you don't know when your day is going to be.
But
when you're
here's-
on death row, you
here's
could
the
die tomorrow
one-
and you won't know.
There's one thing though
Every
for me.
day, just living, not knowing
Especially-
when you're going to die. That's a
way-
better punishment than
either
just
way,
killing them off.
I think
agree.
that they should die. Yeah.
But hold up. So Cody, especially due to a lot of issues socially, right? Sometimes racially, right, about injustice in the world. A lot of people are falsely imprisoned. You ever read To Kill a Mockingbird?
I know of it.
Right. That's what keeps me from
You
back
might
in the
kill an
death
innocent
penalty.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you get into stuff like
But
stoning,
if somebody,
castration.
I mean,
if
I've seen
somebody
The Green
did something
Mile.
and killed my family member, I would want them to suffer. I don't want them to be getting out because once you're dead, it's gone. Oblivion, or in his case, or whoever else believes in like
Sure.
an afterlife. In Hinduism, you believe something is afterwards.
Right.
Then
You turn into a dumb beetle or something.
yeah, you might turn in reincarnation. Yeah, you
Maybe
might turn
John's
into
a
a dung
dove.
beetle.
Maybe he's a cow.
But you
Maybe
being
he's a piece of
killed
soil or a molecule.
It's done. He's doing a John's Gone reference. But you're gone.
Sorry.
Whereas if you're in prison, you're rotting there every day. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying it depends.
No, I agree with you. I want to agree with you, except for that slight chance. You know what I mean? The slight chance of if you're falsely imprisoned and you're serving life, you have time to clear your name or to
Right.
get out at some point. If you kill them or, God forbid, castrate them or stone them, an innocent man just got castrated.
Yeah, you
That-
can't get
that
that
happens.
Back. Can't
You know
get
what
it
I mean?
back.
Damn.
That happens
I wouldn't
every
be able
day.
to live with the justice
Like,
system
Google-
if I was
just
an innocent
Google-
man.
I would say for those
Just
people that are
Google
falsely in prison,
false-
they do need like some kind
Google
of.
the amount of death penalties that have been proven that they were innocent, or the amount of
Innocence
life
File.
in
There's a
prisons.
whole thing. Isn't the whole
Yeah.
Innocence File on Netflix a whole
Yeah,
show
there was a
about
show
that?
about
That's
that.
what Green Mile is after. I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
so
that's it. So
same
I
thing.
understand.
So that's my battle with that, right?
All right. Next up, Last Kingdom. The Last Kingdom. If y'all have
that?
never seen that.
That's a show.
Yeah, it's like the dude was a Saxon at first, but he was kidnapped by the Vikings when he was younger. So he was heir to the throne as a Saxon, like
He
you
was
know.
a Saxon?
Yeah,
I
but then
prefer
the Vikings
Violin.
kidnapped him, and then they raised him as a Viking. So he wants to come back later after the Vikings start doing some.
Like Valhalla.
Huh?
Valhalla.
Well, the Vikings start doing him dirty,
Mm-hmm.
and then he tries to come back and take his throne as a Saxon, but they don't accept him now because he's a Viking. So it's playing both sides basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't
Heard.
seen the new season. It just dropped, but I haven't seen it yet.
I like Vikings. Sounds like a good show.
Santa Clarita Diet.
That's a great show. That's
I
a
love
fantastic
Santa Clarita
show.
Diet. Yeah. Great show. You know
I only
what that
saw the
is?
first season. I know they've had more
But at
since
least
I
you
got
know what
Living
it's
Back,
about.
but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
Where
awesome.
the mom was going around eating
Remember
folks.
when she was eating the one dude and she was like, I have to eat all of them so that we don't get caught, and like she's trying to eat an
She's
entire
trying to stuff
human.
him. Yeah.
Right.
And then they live with Gary, the dude's head in the basement that's consulting him the entire show.
It's such a good take on the whole zombie
I need to
idea.
see
You know what I
this.
mean?
It's the
It's-
wife eats some sort of I forgot what she ate. It was clams, and then it makes her have this flesh-eating desire. She's a normal
She's
person,
zombie,
but she has
basically.
now a desire to eat
Right.
meat,
And
like
I think
human
that's one of those
flesh.
shows where if you
So they try to live a normal life.
There's a lot of tropes in the zombie era.
It's a
or the
comedy,
zombie
actually.
idea. It is a comedy. So there's a lot of like different versions of the zombie, right? Which is one of the most like interesting
Yeah,
things
you
to
have
me.
the dumb zombie that's
Right, you got the fast zombies.
you got the fast
yeah,
wall
World War
climbing
Z.
zombies
But one
like
of the ones-
I Am
World War Z.
Legend.
World
Well,
War
they're
Z.
not really zombies, but
They were
Well, they're
zombies.
basically zombies.
It was
right?
it was like an immediate take.
It's a
no,
take
but they
on
were
zombies.
sick. They were sick people.
No,
That's what
no,
zombies
because they
is.
still had emotions.
No, they died. They died immediately.
What?
Like those zombies from World War Z when they were.
Oh,
bitten,
you're talking about World. I was talking about I Am Legend.
Oh no,
Oh,
they were
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were sick. Yeah,
But World War Z, as soon
they
as
were
you were bitten,
they were straight up zombies.
it
But
killed your nervous system.
The
and you
thing
died and
that
then
like
came back.
really interested me about zombies, the best take I've ever heard that really is the coolest is the alive zombie. The I'm normal except for because like I believe that's one of the shows where if you don't eat flesh,
That's
and
the
stuff,
scariest kind of
you
zombie.
turn into a traditional zombie, right? Like, did you ever see iZombie, which should have been on my
I
list?
didn't see that.
It's fantastic.
What was
Literally,
the
it
other
sucks
one
though
where-
because the description. I'm sorry, the description of iZombie, which sounds so horrible, is chick becomes zombie and solves crimes.
Okay.
It's the worst description ever, but it's a really awesome show. Definitely
it's
would
on
recommend
Netflix?
it.
I might have to watch
It is
it.
on Netflix.
What was like? It was like a comedy / romance, but it was like a zombie movie where this dude, like he had a mind.
Oh,
what is it called?
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the,
Yep.
the
I
whole
love that
idea of
one.
a zombie that's still alive or still functioning.
He's still there.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and
That's
he
really
went
cool.
back to being a human.
Right. Yeah, that's why I fuck with Santa
That's
Clarita
cooler
Diet.
and scarier and way better, in my opinion, than the whole like Night of the Living Dead and all those
Max,
other zombies
Max,
that are just
come
like.
on All right.
What's next? What else on your list?
Next one.
Zombies are cool, man. That's one of
Already
the
had
coolest
Death Note.
monsters ever written.
We actually already went over Narcos. Narcos was a
Narcos was
great
on your
show.
list? It was a great show,
and because
man.
it was
It was
based on a true
fantastic.
story, I was pissed because I didn't want Pablo to die. As bad as the
But you
shit
already
he did
knew.
was.
But you already
know going
But
in.
you felt so bad for him, man. When
It's
his
like,
brother
damn.
got killed, dude.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But he blew up like thousands of people on that plane. So if you think about it
I
from a
guess.
morality standpoint, but if you just think about it, you're
Here's the deal.
biased.
I didn't feel you feel people's pain. And you remember when Pablo found out his brother died? Like how especially the actor.
Right, but you're
I don't
biased.
remember
If
who
you're
it was.
watching that show,
He did a
you
great
feel
job.
bad for Pablo because everything
Right,
in the
that's what I'm
show is
saying.
from his eye. You see his kids, his girl. So yeah,
And then that also was my first interaction with the guy from The Mandalorian. That actor
I didn't
guy.
watch. I don't have Disney Plus.
What's the
got Disney Plus.
I don't have it.
What's the actor that not the main detective but the other detective with the dark hair
On what?
in Narcos? You don't have to tell me his name, but picture him.
Yeah, I know.
That's the Mandalorian.
The guy with the mustache?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I know who you're
And
talking
he's
about.
fantastic. He's also in Game of Thrones. He's awesome. He's
Oh,
one of
wow.
my favorite
I didn't know
actors
that.
ever.
I don't like Game of Thrones.
I never seen it.
I've actually never seen it, but I've seen scenes, and he looks like he does a great
Well,
job.
I'm gonna wrap it up just because we already said The Walking Dead's up there.
There we go.
Really?
Yes.
Walking Dead's up there.
Yes.
Yep.
What?
Yes.
Walking Dead's up there.
Walking
And
Dead's
you know
trash.
what? Taquan,
Stop
I
it.
think you were
Stop
with
it
me
now.
when I watched some of the best fucking episode when King Ezekiel came in with that tiger and saved the fucking colony. Not on this day, and then he raises the fucking thing and runs in with the tiger, and the tiger starts fucking people up.
I'll
That
give
was
you.
good.
I'll give you. I've not
No,
watched
have
The
you
Walking
seen
Dead in a
one or two of
long
them?
time.
I only
finally
watched it up
goes.
to season
Who?
6.
The tiger? Oh, bro, I wanted to cry when the tiger died. Cause like
The tiger died?
First of all,
Yes.
it pissed me off because how the
Did it
fuck
become
do
a
like
zombie?
7 zombies kill a fucking tiger?
Tiger was already injured.
Yeah, but it's a full-grown tiger, and then 7 zombies just run.
Once you're injured, that's
That was them
it.
fast zombies.
No, and then if you watch the scene, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up.
There
real
were no
quick.
fast zombies.
You're
It
right.
really
Walking Dead's a
wasn't.
slow
No,
zombie
the way
show.
that they
It's a
killed
slow
that
zombie
tiger,
show.
I think they only killed it because they were tired of putting CGI money
remember-
into this
Probably so.
tiger,
I was really-
and they was like, "Let's
Probably.
kill this
I was
shit
really
off."
pissed when T-Dog died.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel you, bro.
That hit
Yeah,
me.
they had to kill the black guy first, bro.
Because
They always
Hold up.
do it.
Was he first?
Well, that's one of. Wait, hold on.
I
I'm
think he
I
was
forgetting.
the
agree
first
with you,
main
but-
character
I'm
No.
forgetting.
to die.
T-Dog.
I have to look.
Hold on, hold
It
on.
feels.
Was it?
It's been a long time.
Wait, maybe you're right.
Wait, no. There was one guy that like got bit
Oh,
and
yeah,
they left
him
him with a
too.
gun.
Yeah,
too.
no,
Oh, they killed
made
him.
know, he
Killed
just
him
standing
off.
there just-
He's in the revolving door trying to fucking get in.
Yeah. He
Hold
was
up.
only in for like 3 episodes.
Yeah, that was it.
They said we ain't trying to pay you for
Yeah.
your bad acting.
And there was one guy I remember that was like really early that like got bit and they were driving and they left him like by a tree with a gun or something like that. And he was
one
the
that-
first like got bit guy.
What's the old man's name?
And they didn't kill
that
him.
died?
They just left him.
What's her name's
Ooh.
dad? Dude, they got his
uh,
head chopped off.
Dude with the crossbow, his brother.
Oh,
The
yeah.
redneck.
Earl?
Oh, he died before T-Dog.
yeah,
Wait, no, he didn't. No, he
Daryl's
didn't.
brother.
Earl.
Daryl's brother.
Earl.
No, Daryl's the guy's name. I think Earl's his brother.
No, hold
No,
on,
he's got a
hold
different
on.
name.
No, hold on.
Hold up. Either turn it up or face it towards the camera so I can match the audio.
Well, that is more than 7 but you'll 7 zombies. But you'll see. Look at the way this tiger dies, bro. He could have ran away, or she could have ran away. Well, he was about to die first. And this tiger can save him. I'm skipping around. You're gonna have a hard time trying to think of it.
This might not happen. Let's see it.
I'm not your king. I'm not your majesty. Look at what's in front of us. That's what's real. No. No. I ain't no king.
He's about to die.
I'm just some guy. Some guy who thought
Tiger comes and saves his ass. Now you see how it fucked that zombie up.
Oh, no.
He just sits there.
No, dude.
It says run. Look. Can you really tell me that zombie, the whole group of zombies would have been able to hold that tiger down like that?
No, absolutely not. No,
That
there's no
tiger
way.
would have busted out and
Not
started
even
running.
based on tiger logic as I know tigers, based on how he ripped the first zombie up.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
I
way.
mean, and then zombie strength, not much.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
much. because they don't have much muscle. Their muscles falling off the bone.
Here's one thing too. I will say I watched Walking Dead when it first came out, and I loved it. But then I just grew tired of watching so much because there were so many good moments, but there were so few and far between. You had to work so hard.
I think what you got tired of, and what I was even getting tired of, is the fact that every time you get attached to a character, they get killed off. That was a big thing for me.
But what you just showed me made me want to watch the show again.
Those two girls died.
Which one?
When what was the big black dude?
T-Dog?
I think so.
That's the first.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name that had the stick? Well, he didn't die.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Morgan. I was thinking about Morgan.
No.
I remember him. He was dope.
Basically, one of the girls had started thinking that she knew the zombies, like she could, like, feel what they were feeling.
What was her name? Beth. I think it was Beth. She was the girl that believed she could talk to the zombies. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, they're normal people." But
yeah, and she got her.
She ended up killing her sister.
She got her sister killed.
Yeah,
that was early.
And then they had to put her down because she was crazy.
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, because she didn't even know she was about to die.
Is Rick even still alive?
Yeah, like they went out to
Rick died.
Died.
Yeah, they didn't show that he died. Apparently they hinted that his contract was up, so they killed him off. But they left it open for him to come back. They never even showed him die.
Did Carl die?
Carl died.
Carl's dead.
Yeah. Carl got bit by a zombie.
Yeah, dude.
So hold on. So every character that I know is dead.
Except for
that
Carol.
Old lady.
Carol.
Carol's
dating King
one.
Ezekiel now.
That's the only one
dude.
that's still alive.
Daryl's still alive.
Yeah,
but
Daryl's
wasn't
still alive?
Daryl was not a comic book character. When The Walking Dead was a comic, he wasn't even in it.
Like,
you talking about Crossbow guy?
Yeah.
Right?
So they could kill him off whenever they want.
Walking Dead
the guy from
universe
Blade
revolves around Daryl. Like, if they kill off Daryl,
if they kill off Daryl,
well, he's the most famous person on the show. Yeah.
He's a badass.
He is. Absolutely.
That man is hardcore.
Did you see that Akira Toriyama put him in the Silent Hill game?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh well,
that's wild.
The game never got released, even though it's back in the works now. But it was called PT. It was the playable teaser. It was like you're just going through a house over and over again. Never seen that? Oh, okay, well, he's the main character in that.
Wasn't he also in Death Stranding? Yeah.
So he was. Yeah, because I remember when I worked at Best Buy, I saw him on the cover.
Yep.
And then they had they put Negan in Tekken.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they put Negan with his baseball bat.
Kind of OP in Tekken.
Yeah, he's a monster.
All right, I think it's about time to wrap it up. But real quick, I do have a couple honorable mentions. I want to mention real quick. Number one is Full House. Jeez, I know. Only because I watched it a lot as a kid.
The Proud Family.
Literally, I used to go and rent the DVDs from the library.
I really got to piss, so let's.
I also have to pee.
Same.
This one's super nerdy. Arrow / Flash / Supergirl / Legends of Tomorrow. And if you know how they all go together, you get it. If you don't, I'm just a nerd. It's okay. And then Avatar.
Okay.
Which Avatar?
Definitely.
The cartoon, although the movie,
I was about to say, the movie was good too.
The movie is a cinematic masterpiece, but that's not today's episode.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
So yeah, I think that's it.
You don't have anything to drink. I haven't even finished the beer yet.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out Vibe on all platforms. Vibe by Jerel. Check out that album.
Check out our old episodes if you haven't seen them yet.
Yes, definitely. Give the Trailer Talks a link. Look at
Cheers.
Instagram, YouTube. New episodes every Wednesday, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Boom.
Boom.
Let's get it. Now I gotta go piss.
I also really have to piss.
You don't know, you just know my afterglow. When I go, all the times I'm not around. When I'm gone, you still feel my energy, and it shows.